cutie.
We're singing about you, Lucy.
I've never heard of such a rule.
I've never heard this rule.
I've never heard of this rule.
Dude, it's a great movie.
I'm gonna watch
It's
that.
a great movie.
It's called Your Highness. It's not set in like medieval times or something.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's talking to Natalie Portman. He's trying to bang her by the campfire. And she said,
No, I want to bang whoever those two
She
are.
wants to be part of them.
I want to have them.
He's like, what would you do on a night like this with a fellow by a fire? He goes, something's happening. And he goes, the cold air licking your tits. Dude, it's fucking funny. She's not like a regular stable maiden, so let me take them from behind. Actually, when you watch it, a lot of the things I say, you're like,
that's where you got that from. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, it's a really, really stupid movie.
What the hell, Rogue Nation?
But
that's an old one.
It's very funny. We are rolling. So,
Okay.
Do you want to do an intro? Do you want to go into it? What do you want to do?
Let's do an intro. You never do them anymore.
What's the date today?
Should I show my ass?
Yes, we need viewership.
You really are a fucking
We
slut.
need viewership.
She sucked everyone in the crowd. Yes, the
Piggy-
bride.
The bride. You mean the bride?
You mean she blew everybody away?
No,
she's
no,
blowing
she's
everybody.
blowing
Blowing them
them.
away, right? No, she's
In a
blowing
sense,
everybody.
she's blowing them away.
I'm so high. I totally forgot I was doing that.
See, do you have the monitor for the baby?
It's upstairs. But I've been looking at the camera. She just.
Can you turn the air down one as well?
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll pay for it for 2 hours. I'm very hot.
Yeah, I need the money up front.
Or you're gonna suck.
Oh, you're sleeping with your mother.
Fine, but you're shitting in the potty.
I'll shit in that potty. It'll never be used again. I'll ruin
yeah,
that
you'll
thing.
dump it in the toilet
I'll
too.
tear that
Clean
thing
the
and I'll
pot.
dump it in
Yeah.
the sink.
That thing would be ruined if he
I'll
goes
ruin
out.
that
House
thing.
would be ruined.
Yeah. I'll be like, come on, you got it, Jake.
I can't keep going. I can't keep
Oh,
going.
it looks like chili.
Hey, anything else you need from the store before you start?
Beer?
Miller Lite, seltzers,
Lunch meat.
lunch
Eggs.
meat. You do want Miller Lite
You
and
want honey?
seltzers?
Yeah, get
Miller
one.
Lite.
You
Miller
want
Lite
honey for a
seltzers?
honey
Miller
toddy.
Lite and seltzers.
If you can, yeah.
Huh?
I mean, whatever.
Hot toddy ingredients.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm FaceTiming you.
Alright, stop it. Piggy and the Jake, holy shit, we're back. I just did an intro.
I like it.
Wow. Obviously, if I'm doing intros, Adam Jocelyn isn't fucking here. Actually, I feel like we need to redo that.
You want
Camera's
to?
too close.
Okay. Is
Now
it too?
pan to me while I'm
Is
cleaning.
it too in your face? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't feel like they captured the whole...
Piggy and the Jake experience.
Yeah, maybe I'll... Actually, maybe we
Did
should...
you whip it out?
Mm-hmm.
We should do another intro.
Whip out your hog.
I feel like we need to play Cards Against Humanity with you someday.
Play what?
Cards Against Humanity with you.
Ooh, I don't know what that is, but I like it. I like the sound of it. Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah.
Is it a card game?
Yeah, it's that absurd card game that's like really vulgar and hilarious.
Ooh, I'm in. Is Jake scared or?
To lose?
I like when he loses.
Piggy and the Jake, holy shit, we're back. We're doing intros again.
Volume 60, Season 3.
That's not...
Season 3, Volume 60.
Adam Jocelyn's not here with us today, but we do have the pig, and I'm here, and my wife's here, and, it's
I'm
not
gonna
it.
be honest, I'm upset he's not here.
Jocelyn? Yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. I am too.
I like when he's here to debate, tell us when we're right and wrong.
He keeps us a little,
On track.
on
and
track, yes.
Not as edgy as we normally
He
are.
calls us jerks when we're jerks.
Yeah.
Mostly he's a jerk, though.
No.
Yeah, it's that beard with the eggs in it.
I like that beard.
Today is Monday, June 9th?
Not a clue.
9th, yeah.
It
June
is.
9th.
It's June 9th.
Shit.
It's June 9th. Good job.
Nowhere near football time. 2 more months to go before even
But first things
Three, two,
first.
starts. Oh, shalom. First, we haven't done an intro so long. First things first. Shalom. The message goes.
Stings the nostrils.
It's just a lot of fake orange to me. Right. We just pop that out.
But if you're gonna
James
call
orange.
something orange, it better taste orange, right?
I get it, but it's like almost Robitussin-y, like.
It almost tastes like vodka to me. On the back end, it tastes like it's not a whiskey. It tastes like it's
Smells
almost
like vodka. Like in a
to me,
whiskey.
and
That's actually a good point.
it doesn't
Yeah,
taste
you
like
guys
a
are
whiskey. And the plasticky, orangey, vodka taste I get at the end.
Almost a bit of tang to it. Like remember
Ooh.
tang?
It is.
orange
It
tang?
is. That's actually what it tastes like too. Is that tang?
It's almost like a bit of tang.
Boy, I could go for a good tang sandwich right now.
I'm sorry?
Oh, it's a reference to Married with Children. Sorry.
Oh.
Al Bundy, he used to get 2 slices of white bread and put tang on it, the powder.
The powdered shit?
Yeah, and then he put together, because they were so poor, he had
That's
to eat
how
tang
Al
sandwiches.
Bundy became Ted Bundy right there. That's some goddamn sociopath shit. That's disgusting.
They were poor.
Gorgeous baby. My love of my life. First off, what are you doing?
Trying to set this.
Oh, I thought you were just like trying to balance yourself. I don't have a vape on me.
Aerobics. Okay.
Oh, your wife gave me one here.
Whatever you gotta say. No, I mean like
Not a weed vape. Do not give that to him.
I mean, I'm
The
sorry.
show will
That's
be
not what
ruined.
you were doing.
And so will his shorts.
Honey, where the fuck are they? There's like 3 of them down here.
There's one in the bed for sure.
Say
I
it.
threw one. That was down here was dead. I threw it away last night.
I got
Sorry. Couple things to talk about today.
It's more than a couple.
Right,
So we'll figure.
UFC happened. That's why I wanted to have him here. I didn't get to watch it. I just dealt with some highlights and I read some articles on
And
it.
that was your boy Shavinsky against O'Malley.
Marab Davalishvili.
Marab Davalishvili.
Davalishvili. And now you're fucking me up on it.
Well, I saw the spelling of it, and it was not easy to say.
It's not. He's from Georgia. It's a tough name.
His first name's Marab, correct?
Yes.
That's what I'm just going to call him.
And not Georgia, the state.
I don't need
Georgia,
to go
the country.
Davalishvili. How do you say it?
Davalishvili.
Davalishvili. I'll never remember that.
That's okay.
You could ask me in 2 years, and I'm into the sport
It's
really
okay.
good. I'll never be able
You
to
don't
say
have
that.
to.
Davalishvili.
Do you want to get that out of the way real quick? You want to talk
Yeah.
about that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to pull up the card, if you don't mind.
Of course not.
Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, gorgeous. I really appreciate that. So we have, I don't know why they don't have MMA on the top thing. MMA's got to be a top sport now. It's got to be bigger than the WNBA. MMA is definitely bigger than the WNBA.
Oh, absolutely.
They make
I'd rather watch UFC than I don't watch WNBA. I'm sorry. Even though there's a lot of people that are watching it, and I had some guy at the bar yesterday. He wouldn't stop talking about. And then Kate's husband Adam loves it too. He likes watching Caitlin Clark. But I've just had people like I had a guy come in the bar the other night and was wondering if I could put it on, and I'm like, I don't even know it was on TV.
I don't want to shit on people for liking it. I really don't. I just from a business standpoint, they don't really make money.
I guess maybe in the future they will. That's why they're trying to put like
Angel.
They're getting people like Angel Reese.
I'm pretty sure I make more money than Caitlin Clark.
I don't believe that.
I think she makes like 60. Wow, let's look it
Yeah,
up.
but you're not.
Yeah,
You're talking without
She's
endorsements.
got clout now.
Right,
She
but
also has endorsements.
No,
She's-
don't talk about endorsements. I won't even talk about my bonuses. What is straight on salary? I think I make more than her.
I don't know.
And for a guy that's always like, you're paying them too much, that's kind of fucked, isn't it? But then again, you don't make any fucking money.
She's got to be over 100K for her. She's not accepting a job with the team for 60 grand a year.
Well, she's on.
She's a future to
Homie,
think
she's on a
about.
rookie deal. Okay, no, so base salary, she makes more than me. But I still make more money than her.
Yeah, 78. Well, she.
I
Makes
make more money than her base salary.
She
with
makes
my
more money
bonuses
than
and
you with
everything.
her endorsements and everything else.
Correct.
Look at Angel Reese. She's on the damn Reese's Puff cereal box now. You know
So
how much
if
she's
we-
getting paid for that? Probably
If we
got
do-
a mil
If we
for
do
that.
just the salary, she wins.
Probably more.
If I take my bonuses on my salary, I win.
Listen.
If she takes her extra stuff, she wins.
I want to ask the question. Nowadays, you're on a cereal box. That's over $1 million deal, correct? I need my shirt. Or you need your
Correct?
shirt. Correct.
I don't know. Why would I know? I don't know what
Homie, it
anybody
has
has
to
made
be.
on cereal. I'm sorry.
It
I like meat
has
on
to
my
be.
nose.
Your box, your face is on every box
Yeah, baby.
of cereal for months.
Well, what did Jordan make on the 1980s?
Wheaties, that's different. That was
Correct.
1980s, 90s. We're talking about 2000s now.
Brother, I know. But if we don't know what he was making in the 80s, how can we either even fathom or predict what they're making now? So
I could, because I want to say it's probably a $3, $4, $5 million deal.
nobody buys fucking Wheaties anymore. Take that into thing.
This is Reese's Puffs. Angel Reese is on the Reese's Puffs box. And I was wondering, and that's got to be a couple
She
mil.
sucks, by the way.
She doesn't suck.
Yeah, she does.
She's not in the WNBA because she sucks.
I gotta do this right. Oh, I can see a lot of pressure.
Am I right? Say correct.
It depends on who you ask. If you're asking me, there's very few women's players that are actually any.
So that just tells the price of the box. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people who don't like her and think she sucks.
How do we get on fucking women's and signs a deal with $34 billion company, but like four? Man, why would you stop? No, I'm not logging in.
Shaquille O'Neal crowd. What the frick?
All right, you know it doesn't even matter. We're talking about MMA.
Yeah. MMA.
I don't know.
Screw this.
How do we get into this? Because that's on.
Because we're stupid and that's what we do. We go off on tangents.
Okay.
All right.
So,
UFC 316, correct?
Yep.
Austin 316, if you will.
I won't. So.
If you will.
Okay. So let's start with the prelims. Not much to go on here. I don't know a lot of these guys.
Oh, that's great.
Ju Sung Yu knocked this guy out pretty quickly in the
Juice
first round.
on you.
Juice.
Wow, what a nice name.
Ju Sung, I just spit everywhere.
Juice on you later.
Ju Sung Yu. Dude, he knocked this guy out pretty, like with a counter. Like it almost kind of looked like Connor. And like, who just knocked somebody out like this? The Ritter? Whatever. Like he's going away. Boom, left hook. Guy fell on his fucking face, knocked out, and for no reason, this guy comes up and yoink hits him a fucking again while he's out. Dude was face first.
Really? Can you do that?
I mean, until the referee stops you.
Yeah, if the ref doesn't say something, you need to make sure they're out.
Protect yourself all times, you know, for boxing.
But you need to make
don't
sure they're
stop
out,
until
right?
the ref says something.
Yeah.
And the ref's like trying to stop him, like he's getting over there.
He's
But
getting over
this
there,
guy
he's
was already fucking halfway down there, like bam. Real cool for him.
Flopped him.
Wayne
There's
Kong.
your girl, Wayne Kong. Not a descendant of King Kong, just if you're
So this
interested.
Spivak lost to this Acosta guy in the heavyweight division. Heavyweight division is a fucking sham right now. Okay, so the last prelim of the night, Bruno Silva. I watched him fight a few months ago. I can't remember who the hell he was fighting, but he got beat up. And then Joshua Van. This guy's coming up in the flyweight division. He knocked. He didn't knock
Where
him
is
out.
he
He
from?
stopped. Don't know.
Myanmar.
Myanmar. I don't know where it's at. This guy's
Never heard of that.
This guy's really good. So we might be seeing a lot of him in the flyweight, especially because they're just begging for a flyweight to come out because fucking Pantoja's right
Begging
for
for
everybody.
a pegging, basically.
He'll be fighting Kai Kara France here in the next month or two. I can't remember which card it is. And that's really the only contender left for him to fight.
How's this Kevin Holland been doing? He's an up-and-comer, right?
No, dude. Kevin Holland's Kevin Holland's
He's an
goal is to
OG?
have the most fights in UFC history. He
No.
fights every 4 months.
No.
Like clockwork. Every 3 to 4 months. Dude, he's been on, this year, he's already fought 3 times.
Well,
He's
that's
probably
why I
gonna
was
fight 4
wondering,
times
because
this year.
I don't remember him, but when we're going over these, I'm seeing his name more and more on the cards.
When you can, if you were to like think of like a stereotypical like UFC fighter, and they just threw you out like a fight, it's him. He's a fighter. He does everything good. He loses. He wins.
Is he the type
He has
that
big
would
wins.
take,
He has bad losses.
Is he the type that would take a fight on the whim? Like, they're like, he's out, he hurt his foot. You're in, Holland, get in there. Would
Dude,
you
it's
do
not,
it?
yeah, he'll do
Yeah.
it. He's done it before, you know. But he just fights. He fights every 3 to 4 months. That's his.
How
That's
old
his
is he?
shtick. 30 something.
Okay.
But he beats Vicente Luque here, and Vicente Luque's been out for a little while, but he's no fucking joke. I saw this guy, fucking Vicente Luque. You know who Mike Perry is? The guy that's been bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
When he was in the UFC, I saw him bust him open and then choke this man to an inch of his leg. Just blood
Really?
flowing everywhere. And fucking dude, Mike Perry got up after that. He lost the fight, but he got up after that and they finished the fight.
Damn.
And it
So
was
is
crazy.
Holland just that much of a G? Does he just have that
Holland's
much
a bad boy.
experience? That,
Holland's a bad boy.
yeah, he has to be.
He's just he is
And that's
exactly
welterweight. So he's
when you
what,
think of a-
160?
Yeah, 170. So he's been toying around with 185, 170. Where's he want to be? I think he's even fought at lightweight before, 155. He kind of goes all over the place. He's not looking for a title. He doesn't want a championship. He wants to fight.
Just
He wants to win. He wants to collect
recognition,
checks,
clout.
and he wants the record for most fights. He's trying to go after your boy Jim Miller and get that fucking record. And he's gonna get it if he continues his up for the next couple of years. He's gonna get it. He's amazing.
What's his record? I want to know.
Let's click on him. He is 28-13-0. 28-13-0, the Trailblazer.
Not bad.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
He's
He's
took
on a
some
lot.
losses though, huh? Some hard losses.
Yeah, but he's also broke people's arms. He also almost has
But
broken.
I guess the difference is too, if he didn't have those losses, he'd have a belt by now.
But he fights everybody. He don't care. He wants to fight.
He doesn't turn down a fight.
Yeah, but he won this one against.
What if John Jones said, "I want to fight you"? Would he take it?
It depends on what weight class. He's not gonna go up to heavy. He can't go up to heavyweight and fight him.
I'm saying not legally. What if John Jones
I'm
came
not
up and
saying
said, "I want to have a MMA fight with you"?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the weight class and shit like that. I'm sure he would think about it.
But you think he'd turn it down if it came down to it?
Probably. I don't know. John Jones ain't fighting nobody. He guy's a pussy. Mauro Batista beat Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix came over from the PFL. He's a Bellator guy. PFL buys Bellator. All these fighters want the fuck out, so now they're all coming to the UFC. And Patchy Mix was a champion in Bellator a few times. Like, he's probably one of the best ones to come over. And go ahead, get a beer. You can grab me one too?
You sure?
Yeah, will you grab me one too? I'll talk to you while you want.
Yeah. That's what I was
So
going to say.
Patchy Mix was like, people were like really pumped up for Patchy Mix coming over here. And I'll be honest with you, Kevin. I watched this fight. This was a terrible fight. Because Patchy Mix was awful. He was just awful. He was stiff. He didn't move his fucking head. And
Was he nervous?
Batista takes a lot of flack because his last fight was against Jose Aldo, a legend. And all he did was hold him on the ground so he could win. He just wanted to win the
Was
fight.
Patchy nervous fighting in UFC for the first time or
It
something?
looked like it. He didn't even look like a fighter. He looked terrible. And Batista just pieced him up. Batista didn't even take him down. He just stood up with him because he's like, this guy's a fucking hack. He just beat him up. Just beat him up for 3 rounds and it was over.
Is he a hack?
No, I mean, he's not supposed to be. But you come over to UFC and you look like that, you kind of look like a hack.
Maybe he was.
Everybody's talking you up all fucking week. One of the best Bellator champions of all time. You know, it's 1 or 2 people that are coming over here. This is one of the best fights. This is going to be a very anticipated debut in the UFC, and he looks like that. He's not beating anybody in the bantamweight division like that.
Yeah.
And he was a champion. 2 times over. And Bellator is no joke. You know, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, but UFC's different, and maybe there's different rules, and he's trying to follow the rules and trying to figure it out, and that's why he got nervous and choked up and couldn't do it.
He landed some jabs, a couple hooks and stuff like that. Like he didn't get like.
I wouldn't forget about him just yet. I think he needs another fight or 2 to get under his belt in the UFC before he can prove whether you know what I'm saying.
I'm proud of Batista. Batista's not a guy that goes out there and tries to finish. He tries to win points. He tries to win fights, and that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're out there to.
But if he tried, he could have submitted this guy or something, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying. He was trying to just piece him up.
And he did.
And
Obviously.
he beat him up. It was cool. It was a bad fight, but it was a cool fight for Batista to see that he actually could stand up instead of laying on people all the time. Like, he just stood up and just beat this guy.
Anytime someone comes over from a different division, they'll give them a few fights to let them gain their ground and see what they're doing and what they're.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I mean, you can't just say
he's
a hack because he might do great the next fight. You just don't know.
Yeah, well, he needs to. So, Kevin Gastelum and Joe Pyfer. I love Joe Pyfer. One of the biggest hitters in the world. Not just in his division in the UFC, in the world. A lot of power. And I watched the first round and the half of the second, and I passed out. And Pyfer knocked him down like 3 or 4 times in the first round. Just big shots.
There's no TKOs?
What do you mean?
3 knockdowns in a match?
No. It's not like
They don't
boxing.
have that in
Because
UFC?
you follow up. Like the match continues when you hit the floor. You know what I mean? So
I just wondered if in UFC if they had a TKO.
he was rocking Kevin, and I was falling asleep. And I'm thinking of Adam Jocelyn making fun of me for not being able to stay up. I'm like, dude, I just gotta admit.
What time was this
I
at?
can't remember. 11:30.
Oh, that's not.
And I'm like, I just gotta stay up. I just gotta watch Pyfer knock Gastelum out. I just gotta watch Pyfer.
He didn't make it.
And he didn't even knock him out. He went the decision. I know he beat him up the whole time. I know he just kept.
I mean, you know what? If he knocks him down a bunch of times, in my opinion, that's a great decision. They chose him, and it should have been that way. And he still could have knocked. He could have knocked him out. He's lucky.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, the way you're saying it, Kelvin's lucky he didn't get knocked out. And good for him for holding his ground.
He's a good veteran.
Good for him
He's
for
fought
holding his ground.
Adesanya. He's fought everybody, Kevin Gastelum.
Mm-hmm.
And he's lost to a lot of the big names, but he's been there for a while, and he's a savvy dude.
He was able to hold his own.
He's got a weird shape.
You're right. Pfeiffer probably should have knocked him out, but Gastelum's obviously that dude that he can hold his ground, and if he can take a beating, and if he gets up, he gets up.
Next fight, Juliana Pena, the championship of bantamweight, women's bantamweight.
She lost it?
Yeah. Well, Kayla Harrison was there.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Nunes came in, and they faced
Kayla Harrison's a bad bitch, and not only that, she's held the title before, right?
She's a 2-time Olympic champion.
Okay.
She's also a 2-time champion in the PFL.
She's like 38.
Now
Isn't
she
she?
comes in-
I'm pretty sure she's been around for a minute. Right?
She's not 38.
No?
She's getting close.
Okay.
But here's the deal. When she stepped on the scales at the weigh-in, she looked like a skeleton. She looked like she was about to die. And then she rehydrated wonderfully to what she looks like, when you've seen it. The
Like
Predator,
I told you about my
the
buddy
female
does.
Predator.
Carb load. Carb load just
I don't know what she
take
does.
Take on
She's
that
got to
excess
figure it out,
water.
but dude, she looked like she might die. She walked walked off under her own power. There was no seizing, no convulsing, no... she wasn't like...
She didn't look good, though.
But dude, her face was skeletal.
I guarantee you, when she got to the off the stage, they had cheeseburgers there for her.
I just feel bad for her because she's not a 135er. And she's not even a 145er, and she's getting down to 135 to do these fights. I wonder how many she has left. Now she has.
But so she's the champ now, right?
Yes. Now
Okay.
she's got. They brought Amanda Nunes in, who's retired, the best of all time. To face off with her. They did a face off in the ring.
Is that going to be a title fight?
Well,
Is Nunes
Amanda
ranked
was
at all?
never very keen on making 135. Kayla hates making 135. Maybe it's a Legends fight. Maybe they just fight at 145.
But if they do that, then it's not a...
It's not for a title or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. We just want to see these
Nunes
two fucking
even
fight.
ranked
We want to know
anymore or
who's
no?
the best.
Is Nunes ranked? Yes or no?
She's the best that's ever done it.
Is
She's
she
retired.
ranked? Right, so she's not ranked.
She shouldn't be on the rank. She's not even in the drug testing pool. She shouldn't be
So
ranked.
why
She's
is she
not
allowed
in.
to come back and fight? Just 'cause she's a
Is
legend?
George St. Pierre still ranked? He retired like 10 years ago. No, that's not. But no.
It wouldn't matter, right?
She's
If you're
retired.
out of the game, you're not ranked.
She's retired.
Okay.
She should not be on any list. I don't know what she is. She should not be on any list. She's retired. But she is considered the greatest of all time in the women's. One of the greatest of all time.
How old is she?
Bantamweight.
She over 40?
No, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep asking me ages. I don't fucking know. Jerk.
Well, I think age has something to do with it. That's why I asked.
Anyway, she submitted her in the second round with a Kimura. Where they put your arm behind you. So and dude, she was one of the biggest odds.
Old Kimura
She was like
Simmons.
minus 800 to win this. It's like the biggest that a non-champion has ever been against a champion in the women's bantamweight division. It's nuts. But yeah, she beat her up, and now we get this great fight to look forward to. I just hope she can make weight. And I mean, she looked terrible on scales, but she rehydrated back to her Predator
Still
self.
won, so...
Yeah, but dude, that's hell to put your body through.
Yeah, you could die.
Yeah, exactly. Then we go on to the the main event again, which I didn't watch. I had to deal with what Adam said, what the people I listened to on podcasts, what Errol Hawani and Pete Carroll and all them, and Chuck Manning all said. And I got to watch some highlights. I got to see some things, but they don't show you a lot.
That's it for O'Malley. He doesn't get another shot, does he?
We'll talk about that in a second. Marab seemed to have steamrolled him a bit again, and this time he attempted 12 takedowns and he got 5 of them. So O'Malley was able to shut down 7 of them. I heard he looked like he was better prepared, but he got submitted in the 3rd round. The last fight it went 5 rounds. He got completely dominated until the last 2 minutes of the 5th round, but he got submitted this time. And Marab is not only probably the most dominant bantamweight champion of all time. I think he'll continue to prove that when he beats Corey Sandhagen next, because he will beat Corey Sandhagen next, and that's who his next fight is. And I love Corey Sandhagen, but nobody can compete with what Marab's doing at 135. Nobody's ever done this before at 135. He's a monster. But O'Malley, what do you do? What do you do now? You've lost to this guy twice, so you're not going to get a title shot at 135 anymore. Do you move up to 145?
Yes.
Because at least you can go 2-3 fights, you're out of title again.
Well, there might be a bunch of dudes up there he can whoop their ass.
Or not.
It's 10 more pounds. Go find out.
He enjoyed
What's his other option? He doesn't fight?
He enjoyed a very long reach at 135 because of the smaller guys. He had a long reach. He was able to stay on the outside and do his thing. At 145, I think that diminishes a little bit. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, there's a couple more wrestlers at 145. Not like Marab.
Yeah, if he's a true fighter and he's a good fighter, he can go up his weight class 10 pounds and have some wins there. Because what's his other option? He can't drop, right? He can't drop weight and go to light.
If he wants to, but Jesus, you want to go to 125, dude?
No. And you don't want to fight those guys.
I would love to watch him fight Pantoja for the championship next. That would be a wonderful fucking fight, but O'Malley's not going to make 125, dude. He probably barely makes 125.
Bullshit, he could do it if he had to.
Fuck, dude.
There's a bunch of money on
But that's the thing. What are you going to be when you get into the ring? After a day after you just had to do that, you had to
carb
fight.
load for that full day, right?
Like Kayla. How long is she going to do this for? Because if you have to get down to
Carb
135 and it's killing you to do it, how can we expect you to be at your best then the very next day? How can you expect O'Malley to go down to 125 and fight at his very best?
It's 10 pounds less. I could lose 10 pounds right now.
I mean, don't say that. Because Kayla has a thing where she said that last pound almost killed her, and she almost broke and said, "Fuck it." It was one. She's talking about 1 pound.
I wasn't talking about Kaylee.
She's an Olympic
I was talking
champion.
about O'Malley. I think he could drop that 10 pounds and be fine.
I don't
And be able to make it.
I don't think it's like that.
If
Well,
he's
maybe.
from what you have told me in the past, he is still a good fighter. He can still
Oh,
fight.
absolutely. He's a champion.
Okay,
Former champion.
you drop 10 pounds, you fight. You can do that. It's fine.
The only small.
Kayla, you said basically had to drop 20 pounds, correct?
Not more, dude.
Yeah. Well, there
You've
you go.
seen
That's
her.
a difference.
She's a fucking predator.
Yeah.
The only blemish on O'Malley's career is that when he fought Piotr Jan to get his title shot, they thought that he actually lost the fight. Went to decision. There's a lot of people saying that. I mean, he did have that loss to.
I'll be honest. I think O'Malley's going to
Cheeto
go.
Vera, but he broke his fucking ankle and he was down. Like we saw the rematch of him and Cheeto Vera. He beat the shit out of Cheeto Vera.
But if he doesn't either try to gain weight and fight in the next class and start whooping some ass, he's going to diminish. He's going to go
Look,
away.
let me tell you
Nobody's
this.
going to talk about him anymore.
You know Max Holloway.
Yeah.
So Max Holloway was in the featherweight division when he was younger, and he was roughing dudes up, and he goes up against Volkanovski, who's a champion, and he loses to Volkanovski.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no big deal. He keeps going. He gets his second try at Volkanovski. He loses
Again. Yeah.
What did he do? He stuck around. He fought anybody that wanted to fight. He actually moved up to lightweight, fought once there, and then he came back down to featherweight. He got a third knock at Volkanovski, and he lost again. And Max Holloway's still considered a legend,
badass,
right now.
yeah.
You know, so he
But
doesn't have to do anything.
Here's the thing, though, too. You have to have people that want to fight you. If everybody looks at you in the locker room like you're a freaking joke, how many fights are you going to get?
Well, that's true, but you have to have people that want to
Unless they
watch
want
you fight.
Yeah.
That's the most important. Then yes, you have to, because there's a guy out there right now, Mateus Gamrot, who's in the lightweight division, and literally nobody will fight him because they know it's a bad matchup for them. Now he's not even ranked that high. He lost to Dan Hooker.
Can't get anybody
Your
to
boy
fight
Dan
him.
Hooker
I love Hooker.
beat
So
him.
he can't get anybody to fight him,
Nobody
so he
wants to
can't
fight
move up in
him.
the
So
ranks.
He fought an unranked guy a month ago. or a
So
couple
shouldn't
weeks
there
ago.
be?
Because nobody will fight him.
But shouldn't there be a clause or a rule that look, we need to see more of this guy. Somebody's going to fight him.
Yeah,
We're pushing it.
It's a weird kind of. It'd be hard to implement that for the UFC.
But that's not fair.
Oh, this is next. You have to do it. It's like, well,
That's not fair.
they've never done that though before. They give Kirill Roundtree fought Pereira for the belt. He was ranked 7. But that doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, they don't deal in a meritocracy. Like the number 1 fights this guy, number 2. They don't really do that. It's kind of fluid. And so if one guy goes, I'm not signing that contract. I'm not fighting that guy. He's bad matchup for me. They are allowed to do that. Now we can call him a pussy and a duck because of that. But it is what it is. Like John Jones right now.
That would
I'm
help.
not fighting him.
But
You're
see,
a pussy.
this is-
You're a
this
duck.
is-
You're a piece of shit. Your legacy's torn. He goes, I don't care.
Yeah, that's
Then
the
where
problem.
we go
there
now?
has to be something then in place that says, because I'm sorry, if it comes down to it, and there's all these fighters, and some of them deserve to move on, and they can't, or we want to see Aspinall and Jones, and you can't, there has to be someone to push a button and say it's happening now,
Well,
or
it's-
you're out,
it's the
or
UFC.
you're done.
It's
Vacate your title
it's
if
the
you won't
UFC.
fight. Yeah, but they got to change that. You don't want to lose viewership over it.
I mean, they're the only. I mean, like the number 2, the PFL is so far below them, it doesn't matter. They're winning by default. They're the biggest MMA faction in the world by default. Like they don't have to do anything they don't want to do. They're still making fucking money. They're still charging $400 a head for shit seats in
Brother,
the fucking stadium, and they're selling out.
With that being said, and I understand all that, do you still not want to give the people what they want? Do you still not give them? You still not want them to see what they want to see?
Completely
The
agree.
fights that should happen or shouldn't? And if there's somebody at the bottom,
Completely
that's a
agree.
Cinderella story. There's someone at the bottom who's clawing to the top. You don't give that guy a chance until he falls? Fuck that.
I'm with you. It sounds like you're just figuring out what I figured out about 8 months ago.
Yeah, well,
That this shit doesn't work out.
I'm not into it like you are. I'm trying to learn about it, but stuff like that.
I just telling you, I've been there before. I understand
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying, but like that's not how it works. You just
Like, I'm not the biggest watcher of this, but I would definitely try to get over here or try to be with you and watch.
So, I don't
if
know-
Aspinall fought Jones, that's something I'd want to see.
it's not gonna.
Just like I went out to a bar when they had Frank Mir versus Brock Lesnar. I paid to go to a bar to watch that
I
with
would
my
pay to
buddies
go to a
in
bar and watch
Charleston.
that with my buddies.
And I watched Frank Mir break his freaking arm. And everybody was like, he's going to get his ass kicked. I was like, Frank Mir's going to break his arm. I called it when we were at the bar. I said, he's always put somebody in the arm bar. He got Lesnar.
Yarn bar.
And he got his ass kicked the whole fight, then caught Lesnar in the 5th round with the arm bar and broke his freaking arm. And it was awesome.
I hate watching
We were at a place called Duck and Hound or whatever. And it's called Duck and Hound or Dog and Duck or something like that.
Squat and shit.
It's in Charleston. They're popular. And we were freaking hammering back beers, and when he did that, I was like, yeah! It was one of the best UFCs.
Trying to do it on your buddy, you're like, yeah!
Come on, let me show you how he did that. Fucking hard. He's like, ah!
Stop!
It was one of my best UFC memories, though, was that. I loved it. I had a great time that day.
Bringing it back to the conversation, I don't know where Sean O'Malley goes. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He doesn't have to do anything. Right now, just take 6 months off. Go back with your family. You got a big ranch. Take care of your horses. And
He's got money, right?
Yeah, he's doing well.
Take 6 months off. Start, even if you go back there to your family and your ranch, train a little. Lightly. Get some trainers. Lightly train.
He didn't have any weird colors in his hair. He turned off all his social media. He was off. He did like 3 interviews before, like only 3 interviews leading up to this fight, and he told everybody,
trying to be dialed in.
I stopped smoking dope. I stopped jerking off. I stopped all this bullshit. I'm just, he
lost.
He's been in the ring with Marab 5 rounds before. He knows how serious this shit is, so he took it very serious.
I'm saying
he actually cut all the bullshit and was like,
maybe he took it too serious. Maybe he needed that bullshit in his life to get him riled up.
I don't think so, brother. I think he's just he's not good enough. He'll never beat Marab. He's not good enough. He's not better than, and that's okay because Marab is probably going to go down as the best bantamweight title champion that's ever been. Probably, and that's okay. Sean, if you're not the best in the division, that's okay.
I remember though when O'Malley was him. O'Malley had that same clout. Everybody loved him, wanted to see him fight. Mm-hmm. He had the circus hair and everything.
Homie, I still want to see him fight. I want to watch him fight anybody. I'll watch him fight somebody at the 135 division. I'll watch him fight the champion at the 125 division. I'll watch him try to climb the ranks of the 145. If he drops
125, would you still watch him then or no?
I'll watch him anywhere he goes.
All right.
I'll watch him. If he decides fuck the UFC, I'm going to kickboxing. I might try to pull on a kickboxing fight to watch him fight in kickboxing because I really enjoy watching him fight. I think he's very good. And just because he loses to Marab doesn't diminish his value to me.
He does need to continue, maybe have some more fights in UFC. Like we were saying, he needs to gain some weight, go up, try it out. Mm-hmm. Who gives a shit if you lose?
He doesn't have to gain weight. He walks around probably 160. He just has to cut less.
Oh, you think so?
Homie, come on.
So 145
You think he walks around at 135 all day, every day?
I don't know.
None of these motherfuckers walk around at their weight. It kills them to get to their weight.
You walk around at 145?
Homie, I am about 200 pounds right now. I'm like 197. I'm the fattest I've ever been in my life. It took
Welcome to the dad club.
One time in high school when I was taking testosterone pills and lifting, I hit 180. I think I was like 183, and I was like fucking jacked up, and then I stopped doing all that, and I was like 150,
You are
160,
one
160,
suck
160.
away from being in the dad club.
I'm fat. I'm getting
Good
fat.
for you. I love it. You're gonna have that dad bod.
I don't give a fuck. What do I care? I'm fucking married. I got a kid. It's great for me. What the fuck do I care? Nobody wants to fuck me. I'm fine with that. My wife does. I love her.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
That's important.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just want my wife
Grab
and my
some
kid.
beers.
And I'll grab some beers. Oh, we done with the UFC. We did the whole thing.
You like being in the dad club or no?
Love it, dude. I fucking love it. There's nothing better.
When you start shitting yourself, are you gonna call me up and let me know? God, it happened again. Fuck,
Bro,
I know what you're talking about.
Guess what I did this morning?
Yeah, he had to bring me my
pants.
shit bag down the stairs.
Patty, I love you.
That was great.
I wiped your ass.
Dad.
This is the last pair of shitty drawers I help you with.
When the bag landed in front of the car, I was like, "Are you serious? I'm naked in the car." He ran up the stairs, little brat.
This is the last bag of clothes for your shitty asshole.
I was like, "Wow, I love you.
I can't wait, dude.
Bring me the bag."
Dude, being a dad's my favorite thing in the world.
It's great.
It's my favorite thing in the world. That little girl is just everything. She's fucking everything, dude. It's just nuts. Watching her grow and shit, and I know it's cliche, but you don't understand it until you go through it. You have no fucking idea.
True that.
You know? Hey, you going jogging?
I was just gonna say she looks like she's going to work out right now.
It's hot. I want to be outside.
Hey, is there any news on the Diddy front?
Well, we did have the development with 50 Cent's wife, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, can you go over that real quick?
Yeah, so her name is Daphne.
Ex-wife.
Okay, so they're not saying
Baby
wife
mama.
or ex-wife; they're saying baby mama. Okay. So, but he was. I'm pretty sure he was. They're kind of signing that he was with her in between these times, or, I mean, obviously he sees her all the time. They have a kid together. 50 Cent fuels rumors his baby mama is Diddy's.
Oh, the Jane Doe, the one that's been talking about okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. And she's critical in this because she's the one woman who enjoyed the freak-offs, accepted them. She's going to be the one that says, Diddy never forced anybody to do this. Like, Diddy offered you a choice, and if you chose it, you would be compensated. And that's kind of what they're going for with this, to try to make Diddy look like, look, all this stuff that I've been doing has been consensual, and they've been receiving money. Cassie was receiving money. Like, they all agree to this shit. But I don't see how you can say all this, and then there's tons of rumors about, like, underage children at his parties and stuff. How are you going to beat that, then? What are you going to get, less time in prison? You're still going to be in there for life. I don't know what he's trying to get out of this, but it kind of reminds me of, like, what was his name? Tekashi 69, or what the hell was his name?
6ix9ine, yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
When he just started narking on everybody. It's like this. Everybody's coming into play now, which I get, but...
It's not like that. That motherfucker was a rat. that dude sang. He was a little pussy-ass bitch from the start.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that motherfucker. He made terrible music. Awful music that people bought with their own money.
It's not relevant
People went out in the world and earned money and then spent it on that fucking trash. That's the main thing that makes me upset with this country. But
anyways, so if she is the Jane Doe, which they're saying she is, she accepted money from him. She did multiple freak-offs. There was a voicemail that they said they brought into court where Diddy tells her to quit fucking around, get back on your job. You're not getting this money if you don't come do this freak-off. Right. And there was like a voicemail of that.
Jesus
so.
Christ. Got a lot of penises in this room that need your attention.
But not just that. So he took her to Turk and Caicos, or however you say it, and he for 9 days and paid her $10,000 to go do freak-offs with him for 9 days.
9 grand?
10. She did it for 10. I would have been like, I want 100,000.
He gets off the phone and he goes,
Who does it for
I fucked Carl Winslow for 50 grand.
That's exactly what it was, too. Carl got 50.
I fucked Carl once for an hour for 50 grand. This dumb asshole's gonna do 3 days with me.
3, it was 9.
Jeez.
9 days.
It's $1,000
for 10
a
grand.
day.
It's, yeah.
That is terrible.
Terrible. And she said she did it.
Nice.
She welcomed it. She said she did it because, like, she enjoyed the freak-offs, is what she was saying.
Well, everything I read up on her, though, says that she's saying the opposite. Like, she did enjoy it.
Well, I guess we're going to figure it out, right? Probably.
Any news on, like, any more guests? I say guests. Any more?
Yeah, like cameos, surprise appearances. Nothing that I know yet.
I mean, a piece of, like...
I'm going to guess that there will be more, right? Because there's...
What do you call them?
There's thousands.
People that are testifying. What do you call them?
Witnesses?
Witnesses? there's a word for it.
I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, when you get to the bottom of it, of course there's going to be more. There was thousands of people involved with
German engineers created a way to multiply your garden hose pressure.
I mean, they're estimating thousands. We don't really know. But, am I right?
He's on the loose for 30 years.
Think about that. Everybody was getting diddled at those parties. Everybody who went there. And if you didn't, you were blacklisted. Your careers would sink. That's what Cat Williams was talking about. Like, your careers would sink. You wouldn't get offered movies anymore. Kevin Hart was at all the Diddy parties. He skyrocketed.
Well, Kevin,
like we were talking about.
Cat literally said it was me or Kevin, and Kevin was okay with doing all that shit, and I wasn't. So Kevin has a million movies now. He's selling out at fucking arenas and stadiums all over the joint, and you know I had to scrape for it.
Cat Williams used to be that dude. He used to sell out everything. Everybody loves going to see his.
I think we talked about this before. I do enjoy me some Cat Williams, but I find it very hard to listen to him sometimes. I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh yeah, where he was on there and he was just like
he's spouting off beautiful information and wonderful things that are very interesting, if not true, just interesting to think about, and like it comes from knowledge. Like he believes this and he's researched this and it's wonderful, but he smoking. Well, I know. I couldn't listen anymore. I turned.
He might have just been really.
Like I told you about Rick and Morty. I love the show, but I can't listen to fucking Morty talk, so I don't watch the show because he's so fucking annoying. I can't watch the show.
Cat Williams
is so annoying to hear that I couldn't listen to the beautiful things he was saying.
But maybe he was just really, really drunk or high that day.
I think he was stoned. Well, they were smoking dope in the fucking studio.
Yeah.
Rogan and them smoked dope in the studio.
I believe it.
So. And that's fine. That's good. I love that. That's, you do your thing.
Sometimes it ruins you.
You know about that. You know about that, James.
All right.
Okay. I guess I had nothing else to talk about.
I mean, as far as Diddy goes, we should ask every week. As we're receiving this information, do you have more faith that he's a little less guilty now or no? Because I don't. I still think he's responsible for a lot of things. I think he should pay for it with his life.
Yeah, I believe that he's responsible for even more than we think. So,
okay.
So
we're still
going to get worse.
Me and you are both still on the page. Because I wonder, like,
my problem is, buddy,
months from now,
I feel like there's no place to go to get the just no bullshit information. Like, what's going on at the trial? Who's brought in? What they say? But like everything he reads, like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Like journalism now and reporting now is so fucking bullshit. Everybody sucks.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I want to know in a couple months from now, maybe 3 to 4 months from now, maybe less, maybe 2. I don't know how long it's going to take to get a verdict, but it's been going on for a minute now.
Another year.
Does it ever come to a point where they get all this evidence and they're like, the pedophile, it's all bullshit, none of that ever happened, and all these people were consensual? Does it ever come to a part where we're like, maybe he should just get 2 years in prison, good behavior, he's out? Does it ever come to that point? Because I don't think so right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if half these people are going on the stand and lying about the abuse and all this stuff, man, he still concocted this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it still exists. Whether
look
it was
in Justin
abuse.
Bieber's eyes.
Yeah.
He did that. He did that, bro.
Poor Bieber.
That's worth more than 2 years in prison.
Right.
That's just one. Like whether he ever harmed him or not, look at that fucking kid now.
Yeah,
he's fucked.
Yeah. Look
at Will Smith's son. He's fucked. I think Nicki made it out okay. Minaj. I think who's the rapper she dated? That's terrible rapper. Meek Mill's made it out. I guess okay.
He took the brunt of the force.
I never fucked Diddy. He's rubbing his ass because Diddy just fucked him. He's like, I never fucked him.
Dude, he took the brunt of it.
He should have.
But you got to think, like, what about Usher? Usher made it out, but
Usher's good. Dude,
but was Usher maybe?
Usher had a herpes case like 5-10 years ago, with some woman sued him for giving him herpes. If he can come back and perform at the halftime show after that, we good. He's good. He's fine. He's fine. He didn't even care. He's up there dancing again, and people are touching him and stuff like that. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, but does it not leave a sour taste in your mouth that maybe he enjoyed some of that stuff?
Which one, Usher?
Usher.
I'm sure.
I feel like he was groomed, but groomed other people.
Every single one of them, every single one of the victims enjoyed it for a minute.
No.
There was a point where this is great. Look where I'm at. This is okay.
Oh,
but there was also a point where it was too much or it got crazy and it was bad. Mm-hmm. And how quickly that happened, whether it was a day, a week, a month, a year, that all happened too. But there was a point in every single one of these victims' lives where it was okay for a second. They were like, look where I'm at. Look at how this is all this money. This is fucking P. Diddy. We're having sex. Okay. Well, and it's like, Jesus Christ, again tonight? What the fuck is going on? And then it turned into something awful and terrible. And they realized what he was running.
Yeah.
But every single one of them enjoyed it for a second. You think Justin Bieber was like, I'm not going to hang out there. Fuck that shit. He's like, I want to go over there.
Yeah, but like, Diddy bought him like a Ferrari or what was that?
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
But he had to spend the whole weekend there.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure he fucking enjoyed that.
Yeah, he probably did.
There's a bit, and I'm not saying they're wrong or they're not victims because of that. I'm just saying that's how that starts. You pull somebody in with that. If Diddy comes up to me and goes, I'm gonna traffic your asshole around to all my buddies. And I'm gonna give you some money, but you're not gonna like this. I'm like, no, fuck you. No, I'm not gonna do that. But he goes, hey, you want to come see this Ferrari at my house? Could be yours. I'm like, fuck, are you listen? Hell yeah, let's go. And why these guys got the penises out? What's going on here? Don't worry about the penises. That Ferrari's yours. It's like, okay, cool. He tricked you. He's a manipulator.
He did. That's what he did. He tricked you.
He didn't tell anybody I'm gonna rape the shit out of you for a long time. You cool with that? He'd be like, no.
I want that black box thing to come back out in the court where the guy was. Yeah, I want that to come out again. They need to listen to that because they're trying to sway it to his way and be like, "Oh, see, it's not so bad. These people wanted it. Like that's what
their job.
I know.
That's their fucking job.
I get it, but that's not what the situation was.
No, well.
And do you think he's threatening 50 Cent's baby's mama? Like, you're going to tell them you enjoyed this.
I don't know how far his threats could go anymore. I'm sure in the beginning when he was out of prison.
But we don't know who's above him. What if there's somebody above him who's also enforcing this? Hey,
I mean, he's a
out.
soldier.
Yeah.
He needs to talk to this fucking thing.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. What if somebody else is on the outside pulling strings?
You said they had Will Smith in there talking Talk about a safe place. So I'm sure there's people that are willing to just tell all right now, but
I don't know. That's not really a safe place though. Like, what if something happens to Will Smith down the road now? He has an accidental slip and fall or something, and he dies. Wouldn't that be questionable? You know what
falls
I mean?
off the balcony of his 50
He
story
slips.
penthouse.
He slipped. Something like that ever happens.
Accidental overdose at the house of Will Smith.
But I guess as much as you think about that, that's maybe why it wouldn't happen, because he knows he'd be under radar.
I don't think he'd be the one pulling the strings. He'd be the person above people above him. And we don't know who they are.
He doesn't make the call anymore.
We don't know who they are. If Diddy wanted to do anything good for himself,
Do you think
he realized he's going to die the next day, and he would just spout off the names of everybody who's above him.
Is
the public knows.
Is he still just in like a solitary kind of confinement thing?
Don't know. Homie, I don't know where to get information that I don't have to read for 6 hours. I just want the highlights.
There's no way he's in
bullet
Gen
points.
Pop. We know
Boom,
that.
boom,
He's
boom.
not in general
boom,
pop.
boom.
General pop.
But nobody does that anymore. They want you to click. It's just terrible. It's fucking awful. We need like a connect, like a plug into this thing. Somebody comes out of the courtroom and goes, "This motherfucker said this. This motherfucker was there. He said this, and he's eating chicken all day and beans, and he's shitting in a pot with 6 other guys." Thank you for the bullet points. Took 14 seconds. I'm out of here. I'm gonna fucking stop this shit.
I would love that.
But we don't. We have to just sort through all this.
I don't
bullshit.
think he's with anybody though. I'm pretty sure they have to. He can't. He has too much money. He's protected. There's no way he's like sitting on there with other people. He's got to be in his own cell.
Do you think like when he's alone, like he dances?
I would if I was in his situation right now. I'd be thinking, every step you take, every bone.
Y'all know I killed that motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
I wrote a song about it. I'm so sorry. Motherfucker.
I'm so sorry.
Didn't they have Suge Knight there like a couple weeks ago? And Suge Knight was like, this motherfucker's dangerous. And we're like, we thought you were the dangerous one for all this time. He's like, this motherfucker's dangerous. He's scared of Diddy.
Hey, that was like do you know who the general was back in the day? You're going to laugh. MC Hammer was that dude. He was over Suge Knight.
Actually, you told me this before.
I'm telling you.
I'll kill him.
That's the oh.
I'll kill him right now.
Oh.
Damn,
That's exactly
you need
what
to
it
dress
was.
different if you're going to scare people.
Well, Suge Knight even said he was like, let him tell his story and his truths. He didn't even want to comment on it.
Because he thought he'd get butt fucked if he did. Maybe MC was doing some gay ass shit too.
Suge's still in prison and he's in Gen Pop.
Suge's like, you guys think I'm the hardest motherfucker ever. He goes, all this butt sex surrounded my life. It's like, I'm one of the gayest dudes you'll ever meet. And I didn't even do most of it.
Don't even show me a picture of a drawing.
You guys think I was smoking dope and killing motherfuckers. Actually, I was just covering people trying to butt fuck me. Butt fuck my friends. They pin their murders on me or else I get butt fucked. I'm scared.
Oh my God.
Poor Suge Knight, dude. You ever think he'd say that? Poor Suge Knight. I'm in prison right now because I was going to get butt fucked on camera for 20 grand.
He's definitely nervous. He didn't want to say much.
You know who I want to hear from?
Who?
Carl Winslow. Is this true, Carl? Did you take 50 grand to get fucked in the ass? Did you take 50 million to get fucked in the ass? What happened that night in that room?
Oh my God.
Were you there? Where's the video? Diddy got the video. What did he say when he came out of the room? He said, it's wonderful to make a man do something for money.
Said, there's no better feeling than the feeling of making a man do something for money. It was something like that.
That's disgusting.
Poor Carl. He was the cop in a movie and in the show. I mean,
Leo! What was the son's name? Theo.
No, that's the
That's the
Cosby
Cosby Show.
I don't remember what his son's
son's
name
name
was, but that's so sad.
Theo!
You telling me that Urkel couldn't have lended him some money so he didn't have to go through that torture with Diddy?
Obviously not.
Steve Urkel, he's worth a lot of money.
Hey, maybe Carl enjoyed it a little bit. Maybe he said, I'm going to suck this dude off. Maybe it's going to be good. Get my money, get out of there. Nobody's going to fucking know. And fucking, you got... Jesus, I thought I was just going to suck it. You are, but not right now. Say, Jesus, Urkel! Then he's like, did I do that?
Got me cheese.
He goes, you're getting half right now. You get half after you get visit the doctor.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
When you look at the truth, though, like, it's sick. It's sick what's going on. I mean, all these people were abused by one man.
100%. But, like,
Yeah.
you know, to be the fucking weirdo here, we don't actually know all the truths yet. So we gotta be
I don't think there's any. I don't think at this point though there's any coming back. There's nothing that's going to make me change my mind or think.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Dirt has been done.
Yeah.
And you guys can sort out how much dirt has been done, but this motherfucker needs to be away
Forever, for life. Lock them up. And the other ones that were with them, I hope they come out too. Like Jay-Z.
Beyonce needs to go down. I can't wait till they arrest Beyonce. I can't wait till Beyonce.
How do you think that scene? How do you think that scene would look though? She's coming out of the club and they're like, "Hey, Beyonce, get over!" And she's like, "What? No!"
Lip
Like,
comes out, dick comes out. We know it. We fucking know it. Michelle Obama's there. They're trying to get sucked off. And I can't wait till all this shit comes out. I just can't wait. Can't fucking wait.
Holy shit!
That's
so funny.
my dream. To watch Beyonce get arrested. To watch Michelle Obama get arrested. To watch Jay-Z crumble. I like Jay-Z's music. But like, y'all are doing some fucked up
I used
shit.
to love
Man. You
Jay-Z's
deserve
music.
to go down.
Yeah,
You
come
deserve to go. You can't be held in regard anymore. There's no way that we as a people should hold these people in regard anymore because they're not
No
worth
more
their disgusting.
albums, no more music. Look, what you did was great when you did it, but the stuff that you did on the side was terrible, and you got to pay the price now.
I mean, you can still turn on Big Pimpin' if you want to, you know. But like,
Can you though?
hey, this guy's a piece of fucking shit.
The problem is like you could be rolling down the highway and you turn it on, and then you got people in the car and they look at you and you're like, yeah, you're right.
You can't listen to that piece of shit.
Do.
Like, fuck, I can't.
Do.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's awful. And I don't think we should hold him in regard. But like, homie, I mean, come on. Are we not gonna like Kanye? Kanye lost his fucking mind, and I think he's atrocious now. But like, am I not gonna listen to a Kanye beat for the rest of my life ever again? You gotta be out of your fucking
I'll listen
mind.
to
You
the-
think I'm not gonna turn on Through the Wire once or twice in my life?
Yeah.
That song was
And just
fucking
vibe.
dope. Graduation was one of the best albums ever made, and I'm not even a rap hip hop fan. That was one of the best albums ever made, in my opinion.
He's made good music.
I can listen to that thing. It's one of the 5 albums that I've ever heard in my life that I can just listen straight through.
Yeah.
And I don't even, like I said, I'm not even a hip hop guy. I'm not even a
No.
rap guy. But like, Graduation that shit was fucking
It was a good album.
ridiculously good. But I hate Kanye.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell
He's a
me
dick.
that I can't listen to that song in my bedroom or
Yeah.
even in my car, you go fuck yourself. I don't support the motherfucker.
Yeah,
but
there's
Jesus
no way-
Christ. I love the flashing lights, tights. There's
No way. It's just like there's no way before I die, I might not ever put a Biggie song on. I will definitely listen. If a Biggie song comes on, I might play it.
Yeah, well,
Why not?
Biggie was getting fucked. I don't think he was doing fucking.
No, he.
But the good thing
that
about
he
Diddy is
ruined
Diddy
him,
was a
too.
terrible rapper. He's always a terrible rapper. And there's no Diddy songs I
But
listen
I'm more or less mad of all the, murders and stuff he's responsible for. Like he had stuff to do with
Biggie?
Tupac. No.
Oh, Diddy, yeah.
Diddy.
No, he killed him
As far as
didn't he?
like, I'm pretty sure we all
who
think that.
knows?
But I'm sure if
If
he
you ask
was,
me,
if he's in question, I'm sure there's been other lives taken because of him.
oh, 100%,
And
brother.
For that, you can never be forgiven. You don't get to choose that.
Isn't there like an adopted girl that he had that's unaccounted
No,
for?
I don't know if. Now I've heard. I don't remember what the whole story is with that. Supposedly, she was seen when she was making videos with different backdrops, so you couldn't tell where she was, and she was adopted. But I don't know how that went or what happened with that. I haven't heard about that in a while.
Jesus Christ.
So
I was excited to have Jocelyn on the show today because I wanted to finally bring up the Aaron Rodgers thing. You know,
Let's talk about
when it happened, I didn't even text him. I didn't say anything because honestly, it's kind of like old news. Like we knew it was going to happen. We did. I'm more excited for like when he gets Tomlin fired.
When you're done talking about that, I have a little side story about this exact same thing.
Go ahead. Say
No,
it.
I want you to finish what you were going to say.
Oh, I'm just more excited for like in season when Aaron Rodgers rips his organization apart from the inside.
Oh, I thought you were going to say rips his groin.
Well, that could happen too, but he's going to get Tomlin fired. He's going to make them trade for wide receiver they can't use. He's going to do all this terrible things.
He's not going to get Tomlin
I'm excited
fired.
about that. I'm not excited about it. I knew he was going to
There's going to be tons of drama, but he's not.
Oh,
Tomlin.
If
Tomlin,
there's anybody that can, it's
No.
Aaron. Here he is. Da, 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 da.
I'm sorry,
Hey, go with the
Tomlin's
story.
not
That's all.
going anywhere.
We'll talk about that later. Go to the story. I'm excited now.
So I was working at my job, and one of my employees, she's a big time
You want
Steelers
sucking
fan.
at your job? You want work?
Sucking on my job. So she's a huge Steelers fan, and I was like, sorry about your loss. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, the Aaron Rodgers thing, and she was like, what? And She's up to date on Steelers at all time, and she didn't know that he was signed. And when I told her, she didn't believe me for like the first half hour.
It kind of
and I was
happened
like,
in like the dead of night. Like it just went.
It's like, just look. And she looked it up, and she was like, well, there's a lot of things that say it could be bogus. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, I saw it this
Oh,
morning.
she's pissed about it.
She didn't want to know. Yeah, I've been telling her for weeks though. I've been just like you were
Dude, it's gonna
telling.
happen.
Remember, you kept like, Adam, oh, you guys are getting Aaron Rodgers, and I'd sit there, I'd be like, we don't know that, but I was doing the same thing to her. I was giving
As
it
a
to
Browns
her.
fan,
I was going,
yes,
you're getting Aaron.
yes.
Nobody wanted this, except for Aaron Rodgers and the
Apparently,
Steelers.
the GM for the
So
Steelers.
they went over Tomlin because you know he was not trying to get.
Who the hell is it?
Yeah.
Who it is?
Cut the tape. Cut the tape.
The tape. I don't like
Who
him.
the hell is this guy?
I don't like him.
Yep. No. I
Continue,
wouldn't
sir.
either. Well, she finally looked it up and was finally able to get it. And I remember she was like looking at the screen and she looked up at me and I was like, I told you so. She's like, 20 million? I was like, no, 13.6, but with incentive up to 20 million.
It's actually a decent contract.
I wouldn't give him $13.5 million. Are you out of your mind?
He's one of the best throwers the football has ever been.
Okay,
Like that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't think they overpaid for him. Actually, of
His-
course they overpaid for him. I don't think it was that egregious.
His history tape and his what he's done in the past does not register.
I don't know
for me.
this.
He's
but
washed.
Isn't
is the
Russell
problem.
Wilson making more money than him this year? I don't know that. We'd have to look that up.
No. You think Russell's getting 13?
I don't know. This is the problem.
So Aaron Rodgers says like 13.6 guaranteed.
Okay.
With incentive up to 20 million
For a
if he
year.
gets them to the playoffs or goes to the Super Bowl.
Or gets their coach fired.
I mean, if he takes them to the Super Bowl and wins this year, then yes, that will be
They're like, listen,
the most legendary thing
We'll
he's
give you
ever
another
done.
$4 million if you don't get anybody fired. We'll give you another
Those are
$1.5
his
million
incentives.
if you don't ask us for a trade for a tight end.
And
Okay?
please do not shit where George Pickens' closet used to be. Okay?
He pops a mushroom.
Oh, sorry.
He pops a mushroom. He's like, I don't know.
As soon as they traded George Pickens, that was Aaron Rodgers' first check off his list. I'm in.
Homie, maybe that was the problem the whole time why he wouldn't sign for all this time.
Pickens?
They're like, listen, you can't do this, you can't do that. And he goes, he pops a mushroom. Fuck you. He walks out.
I'm outta
He
here.
went there for a few days and he sat down and like, listen, don't get any of our coaches
You guys
fired.
have any
Just
forests
be
around
nice.
here?
Don't blame your mistakes on everybody else. He goes, well, they're not my mistakes. They're everybody else's mistakes. I'm getting out of here. Where's my agent?
Fuck you guys.
Fire up the jet. We're going to do shrooms.
Yep. In the forest.
I don't know. I just can't wait for him to wreck this team. He's going to get somebody fired.
Or
Somebody,
he's going to get injured.
This
He's
is
gonna
my prediction for the year for the Steelers. They won't do very good. They'll probably make the playoffs. Still Steelers. If Tomlin's still there at the end of the season, they'll probably make the playoffs and lose. But a coach will be fired. A bad personnel move will be made, and they won't win anything.
So that same employee, we always go, well, all bunch of us will go up to our bar. Adam's gone before when the Bills play the Steelers. Well, guess what? The Bills play the Steelers this year. And it's in like November, and Aaron Rodgers has to face that defense that snapped his fucking leg 2 years ago.
Do you know if it's in Buffalo or in Pittsburgh? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
But I will tell you what. We already decided before Aaron Rodgers got signed. She's like, yeah, we'll do a meeting. We'll all get some wings. And I was like, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it this year. I love watching the game with you. She brings her terrible towel and never gets to wave it. I remember the one game with Adam. We were bussing him up. And it was like, I want to say it was like 31. Jocelyn was here. And it was like 31 to, I think finally Pittsburgh finally scored a touchdown. I was like, do it. Adam was like,
I wasn't there for it. Dude, if I ever catch Adam with a terrible towel, I'll wipe my ass with it. I'll grab it, I'll snatch right out, and I'll just blow my nose in
hey,
it.
look, maybe it could be somebody with Aaron. What if Aaron Rodgers just happens to get sent to the right team this year, and he does well with the Steelers?
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
No.
I think he's washed, but it's not impossible.
It's a possibility.
I'd rather have
Dude,
Flacco.
the guy can still play football. I understand that. Now, can he win games at the highest
No.
level? I don't believe that.
No,
Can he win games? Sure. They're
it's not
gonna
going to
win
be
this
good
year.
teams.
No, well, does he have one in him? If the defense plays great, can he hold fast, hold steady, and score 17 points to grind out a nasty game? Sure, dude. Sure.
Well, here's the thing. He does have the Pittsburgh offense now. He does have the Pittsburgh defense.
Well,
they can win games
Hold on
with
a
or
second.
without a quarter.
Hold on a
That's
second.
one team that can win games without a
what
quarterback.
are you offering with the Pittsburgh offense?
Well, I like DK Metcalf. I guess Jalen Warren's
The
your guy
overpaid number one, who's not really a number one.
now. DK Metcalf?
He's one of the worst number ones in the league if he's a number
Look,
one.
I'd like to mark my words right now. I think you're going to... Now, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is that dude, but I think you're going to see an uptick with his progress this year. I guarantee... I would like to say, at least, and they're not a super throwing team, but if they got Aaron Rodgers, I can guarantee you he's going to get 1,300 receiving yards,
hey, listen,
10 touchdowns.
I have to go back. I really like DK Metcalf. I really do.
He's a huge presence out there.
I love DK.
He knows how to run
I
routes.
like how he plays football. I like how he plays football. I really do.
Good. Thank you. I think that's good to
150
say.
million for 5 years. Not on my team. Not on my team.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. That's all.
Do you not think, though, maybe Pittsburgh has some money to throw around, and that's why
Of
they're
course they
laying
do.
this cash
They're
down?
so cheap. They don't pay anybody.
Pay somebody, right?
But DK.
Yeah,
That's
I
the one
guess
you're
you
gonna
should have... But who else
That's
are
the
you
one you're gonna pay.
I don't
After
know.
you just
I
traded
don't know.
for him,
You're
if
right.
you
I
give
don't
stuff
know.
away and now you're paying him, that is not a Steelers move.
I would have
Steelers,
paid...
Steelers would have never done that.
Here's
thing.
what I would have done, and I would have enticed them. I would have been like, look, I'll give you $22 million a year. Right now, sign. We'll go, I don't know, 2 years.
That's a lot. But that's good. That's fair. 25. Ooh. 25 years, a lot of money for DK Metcalf. 22 is a lot of money
I think
for DK Metcalf.
I think 20 would have been nice for him.
I mean, when we're talking
18. What if you just enticed them with 18 and then went up from there?
regardless of what they actually make, 'cause I don't know what these guys' salaries, but when we're talking about $25 million a year, I'm thinking about the guy from Cincinnati. What's his name? Chase Young, Jamar Chase. I'm thinking about
What about
Mr. Evans over there in Tampa Bay. I'm thinking about the guy.
Wait.
from Dallas.
I want to say one thing. You know who's impressed me? Who's the other? No, on Cincinnati. Higgins. He really came around last year.
He's not healthy.
Because remember you remember you were like, you should take him on the Bills.
He's good.
You should get him on, and I was like,
Oh,
no,
dude, I know
I
how
don't
good he
fucking
is.
want Higgins. Remember, I was all against it.
I'm glad you brought that up because Higgins on an upside, actual talent-wise, is a better receiver than DK Metcalf. The problem is he's not as physical.
But he's no Jamar Chase though. Let's
and
not
he's
go there.
hurt, and he's a bit of a Higgins.
Listen. He did still have a great season
Dude,
last year.
homie's box office.
And
His potential is through the roof.
when he was there, his potential. What if he had Josh Allen now? Would you think that's better than Joe Burrow? Or?
T. Higgins on the Bills?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be?
As long as he's healthy, dude, and he calms down, match made in heaven.
And they could have did that. I bet they're kicking themselves in the ass. They could have did that last year. Remember, they ended up.
Homie, they probably looked at him and
Did
were
they
like...
franchise? Did they franchise tag him last year, or did he? Okay, all right.
They probably looked at him though and were like, no, he's too hurt. He's too much of a head
No,
case."
man, I was so against him.
And I agree with that.
And now I'm like, man, he's actually. I'd take him in fantasy this year right away.
Dude, the one thing I love about
He's
the
going
Steelers
in, like,
is they
round
always
3,
get these
round 4.
receivers that are assholes, and they're like, get the fuck rid of him. Fuck him. Get him out of here.
DK Metcalf's not that guy though.
He's a bit of a head case.
No, he's not.
A bit. But he's physical. He plays football the right way.
He's really good.
He uses emotion,
Really good.
and
And I
violence,
think
and he's very good. On the offensive side of the ball, for a receiver to be that violent is pretty rare, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
I think he absolutely. I'm going to say he's
The
28.
Steelers had a receiver like that before. His name was Hines Ward.
I remember him. Yeah,
He was a
great.
physical, violent offensive player.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But they never paid Hines
His
Ward no
jersey's
100.
hanging up, isn't it, in the stadium?
Should be. If
Pretty
it's
sure.
not, it should
I'm
be.
pretty sure it is.
He was a dirty guy. He was a little dirty. But he was violent and physical.
I like that.
And he played the wide
That's
receivers
football.
well.
He probably knocked some
And that's kinda
cornerbacks.
what
He's
DK
probably
is.
knocked a bunch of cornerbacks down in his time.
He knocked linebackers down.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, he would side block, chop block, fucking
He was
linebackers.
back in the late 90s, right?
Yeah. Oh.
90s. Early 2000s?
90s. Yeah. No,
Was he in the Cordell
no,
Stewart
you're right,
era?
you're
Was he in the
right.
Cordell Stewart
I
era?
think he played with Cordell. Yeah.
Stewart, okay.
I think you're
And
right.
Jerome.
But Metcalf's of the same, what do they call it?
Caliber?
Carved or knit in the same quilt of the same ilk. I don't know.
Cut from the same cloth?
There you go.
Thank you.
That's better. But I just wouldn't pay him a lot of money. But running back, who do you got now? Jalen Warren, because Najee Harris is gone. You drafted a guy from Texas?
Wait, hold on now. Before you even talk about that, I think I'm gonna go right now and say that they're gonna regret this. Getting rid of Najee Harris was one of the dumbest things they could have ever done. And I know his stats haven't been great, but he was producing last year, and I think he was gonna only get better. And
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all.
I like
Get rid of
Najee.
him. One of them had to go because neither of them were doing anything.
I like Najee though. I like Najee.
Derek Harmon, Oregon defensive tackle, their first round pick. Very good for them. They got Caleb John. Oh, they got the Iowa. Fuck!
Iowa?
I love this guy. Khalid, whatever you want to call him. Johnson from Iowa, the running back out of Iowa. I was hoping the Browns were. If they didn't pick an Ohio State running back, I was hoping they were going to get this guy.
Isn't this guy small, though?
Fuck! 5'8", 5'10",
Okay.
but very good. Very good.
Is he stocky?
He's a big boy.
I haven't seen him.
He's probably 230, and we'd have to look it up.
I don't watch Iowa college. I barely watch college.
Jack
I'm
Sawyer.
not watching Iowa.
They got Jack Sawyer,
Jack
who's
Sawyer's
like an
close.
edge player because who knows, he could be like, I don't mean by edge, he plays the edge. I mean like, he could be bad. He needs coaching. He needs to come up in the right system. But he's,
switch to lineman
he's
or
a
something,
gamer.
like some type of like
He's a
tackle,
gamer.
or
He like in important moments, this guy fucking
does he break up
gets
plays or
better.
what?
Yes, well he makes plays in big fucking moments. As the pressure goes, as
I'd like to
the
see
game
his
moves,
highlight reel.
Jack Sawyer?
Yeah,
He's only
maybe
got a
I'll watch
couple.
that
They're
later.
huge. And then they got Will Howard at quarterback too. So dude, they're okay.
How do you feel about Will Howard? Because I heard they were thinking he's going to be the truth in a few years.
Oh, I think they got a steal. I think it is so good. Draft
And so here's the only thing.
They got him in a
So
six.
this is one of those love-hate things with Aaron Rodgers. This guy gets to train under Aaron Rodgers now.
Aaron Rodgers don't train people. Will Howard.
That is an asshole thing to say. You don't
It's
know
an asshole
that.
thing to do, and he does it. So
You don't
tell me
know that. What if he helps this guy
He
learn?
came up under Brett Favre. Brett
This
Favre told
guy
him to go
has,
fuck himself,
look,
so now he tells everybody else
Howard
to go
has
fuck
an
himself.
opportunity to learn from one of the greatest quarterbacks
You
that
know,
might ever
you know what I like about Howard
What?
is that he's so flawed. He's like Batman. He's not a superhero. He can be killed. He can be beaten, and he actually does get beaten a lot. But you know what? In the big moments, he comes up and he does his fucking thing, and he can make spectacular things happen. He can be beaten. He shows his vulnerabilities, but Jesus Christ, he's Batman. Will Howard is Batman.
Yeah.
Vulnerable, but fucking strong. And I love that about Will Howard. And that's why I put so much. I think
He's
I
like-
think
he's
he's
like,
going to be starting for this team here in 2 years.
He's like Denver's quarterback, Bo Nix.
A little different. Bo Nix has a little more cloud around him.
All
than
right,
Will Howard.
but what do you think about Bo Nix this year? Maybe.
I love Bo Nix. You know I love Bo
Are you
Nix.
going to watch some of those? I would watch him play.
I like watching Bo Nix play football. I think he plays
Did they get any weapons so far in the offseason as far as
Denver.
Yeah, did they get any wide receiver? He needs somebody to throw to
I had to
because
look at
homeboy's old and done.
Well, they lost. They needed a running back, a wide receiver. I think they needed a guard.
They need a
I'm
tight
not
end.
sure if they upgraded any of that. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Maybe
Probably need some offensive linemen. I mean, their offense,
That's what I
their
know.
offensive line is not.
Was it a
It's
guard?
not
They
stout.
needed one of them.
Their defense always shows up pretty well. I mean,
They had a good defense.
till they don't.
Really good defense.
They did not have a good defense against the Bills.
I think through the first 6 games last year, didn't they have the best defense?
Till they played the Bills,
Go fuck yourself.
who I love. I can't wait to watch them play this
I
year. You're excited
listen,
to
I
see
love the
them.
Browns too, but like I don't sit here and suck the Browns' dick every fucking show. You just suck the Bills' dick.
They're going to do so
You
good this
can't
year.
be objective about them at all.
Tell me they're not going to do good this year. I predicted 14-3. Tell me that's not feasible. They could go. They could.
Unfortunately for you and your Bills, they should do better than they probably will do. And that's how it's been, hasn't it?
Yes.
So you have expectations. It's terrible to have expectations. You have expectations.
Now
of Super
listen.
Bowl.
Do you know what?
And if you lose in the
listen.
AFC Championship game, then you didn't meet your expectations, and now you're falling flat. So yes,
Listen.
you should win the Super Bowl this year, but you probably won't.
Okay, but listen. How did they finish last year? You remember?
They lost in the
No. What was their record? Their season. 14-3.
14-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be happy for them. They
I
got
love
a
'em.
chance.
I love them.
You're gonna enjoy watching the championship game with me this year if they go.
They better win the fucking Super Bowl. If they win this fucking Super Bowl, Kevin, I'll be ecstatic.
If they do Super Bowl, we gotta have a Super Bowl party. I don't care if we
Besides
go.
the Browns, there's nobody I want to win the Super Bowl more this year than the Buffalo
Bills,
Bills.
yeah.
That is absolutely true. But what comes with that is my harsh scrutiny on how you're not doing the right things to get to the Super Bowl. And I judge the Bills very hard.
Do you
I
feel-
like them, not because you just
Since we're
you
talking
love
about
the
them,
Bills.
do you feel
I
they
love
need?
the Bills.
Do you feel they need to get? Do you feel they need to get a better wide receiver? Someone better at wide receiver position for Allen, or do you think he has enough weapons? Because here's what he has so far: he has Shakir, he has Elijah Moore that he got from you guys. We got the guy from Josh, guy from Chargers, Josh something down. I can't remember.
Dobbin?
No. Joshua Palmer. So we got
Okay.
him. We got
Yeah,
Khalil.
yeah,
we
I
got.
remember
We
that.
still have Khalil Shakur. We still have Keon Coleman.
You said Shakur.
Dawson Knox and Kincaid for our tight ends.
Trash.
Why do you say that? They're not trash.
Trash.
They're not trash.
Dude, because I say that because 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, they were supposed to be the best 1-2 in the fucking league, and they ended up being one of the last 1-2s in the league, consistently.
I think they're
They're
gonna have
not
better
very good.
days. I think they're gonna have better days.
What about last year, when that game was waning?
Does Josh Allen?
And fucking Knox had that chance to fucking scoop that thing up and make that game, and he just
Don't you
he
think
just
sometimes
fucked
under
it
the
up.
pressure you crack.
Well,
under the
then
pressure?
why do you want a player that cracks under pressure?
It happened. Look at Mark Andrews
Oh,
with the
okay,
Ravens
oh,
when they played last
Okay,
year.
so you just
Remember,
admitted
Mark?
you have a
Listen.
tight end that cracks under pressure. Then
But
what the fuck do you
listen,
want?
Mark Andrews did that same thing last year.
Yeah, and
against
he's a piece
the-
of shit. And I maligned him for
Would
it.
you not want him on
I
your
don't
team?
want him anymore.
I don't believe that.
We talked about that game.
I don't
said
believe that.
he had a terrible game. He came out and didn't they do like a thing in the pre-shows where this lady's like, oh, this is Mark Coleman. Look how well he catches the ball. And he like dropped it in the fucking thing. And he comes up the whole game and he has a shit fucking game and they lose the game because of him. I don't want him anymore.
It was
Fuck
when
him.
the ball was like ice.
Dude.
He couldn't hold on to
Dude,
it.
he's trash.
It slipped out of his hand. It was a winter game. It was super cold. The ball was like a big ice block coming at you. Sometimes you fumble it. Lamar Jackson's whipping an ice block at you. You don't think you get a little?
So you allow that?
No, I don't say I allow it.
That's
but
okay then? That's okay. Everybody gets to be bad and you're still good.
Yeah, I
Good.
guess.
That's great. That's great. No. Go ahead. Fuck the whole game up. Lose it for us. You're still a great tight end, and I'll still pay you all the
He
fucking
is
money
a
you
great
want.
tight end.
No, he isn't. Not anymore, because he fucked up, and he sucks now. He sucks. He had to, dude, okay, look at your boy. He gets hurt 2 years ago. He comes back in, does fucking nothing. Isaiah Likely becomes the best fucking tight end on the Ravens by a large margin.
He does,
And then,
yes.
and then your boy has a good thing last year, mid-season. Mid-season, he's like, oh, he's catching passes, getting touchdowns
He
again.
was.
Then
He
he
was
comes to
doing
the playoffs, and he loses them the fucking game. No, fuck that guy. Get him
Alright.
off the team.
Fine.
I would have cut him right there.
No.
Come in the office. You
Stop.
know, the last 2 years have been terrible with you. And you're not worth it. Get the fuck out of here.
No, you're
Likely,
not. No.
Likely, come in here and escort him out, will you? Get him the fuck out of here.
You're a dick.
What a fuck. No, but that's how I feel about Knox and them, too. Fuck them.
Come on,
What do they do for
give
you?
them one
What
more.
do they do
All right,
for you?
I just want you to give them one more year. This year and
No.
that's it.
No.
If they don't produce
No.
this year,
No.
then I will totally agree with
Now,
everything.
if
you
they
say.
come out
I
and have a
promise.
wonderful season,
I want
both
that.
of them or one of them, then I'll say they had a nice season. But do I want them on my team? Do I want them on the Bills?
Yes.
No, get them the
Yes.
fuck out of there. The Bills need
have
a new tight end room.
What if Dalton Kincaid gets the winning touchdown in Super Bowl this year?
Then it was probably fucking your quarterback's doing it.
on,
Just
bro.
like your running back, Cook. You're like, he had so many
I love
touchdowns.
Cook.
Yeah, because
He
your
did.
quarterback got him there. Cook's a good running back,
Stop.
but your quarterback did that.
I like James.
You know
Cook.
that, right? You know you have the best quarterback in the NFL. You know that, right? Do you know that?
Yes, I love him.
I think you do. I think
he's
you know
great.
that because you bring it up every fucking day.
But
he's the reason James Cook is good. He's the reason somebody like one of these tight ends might have a good play, even though your tight ends aren't very good. He's the reason you can go into a season with Shakir and rookie Coleman and who the fuck did you have last year?
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, and still almost go. It's Josh Allen against the fucking world, and
I
maybe
love
your
it.
defense helps out, which they didn't in the playoffs last year.
They tried. And they tried
Damar
hard.
Hamlin with his fucking cocksock on his head was out of position in every single play in that playoff game against the Chiefs. He had no idea where the fuck he was supposed to be on the goddamn field.
But maybe that's not his fault. Maybe it's because of his injury.
Then why the fuck is he on the field?
Because they want him to be a part of
So
the
your
team.
coaching's bad too. You admit your coaching's
No,
bad.
no, they're-
Hey, let's put the idiot out there that doesn't know what he's supposed to fucking do. So your coaching's bad. So
no.
what is it then, Kevin? Because it has to come down to something.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to tell you.
You guys are right fucking there, man. You're right fucking there.
I love them. I want them to do good.
I want
so bad.
them to win. I want the Bills to fucking win the Super Bowl. They deserve
Just
the Super Bowl.
once.
They need- Josh Allen needs a
And
fucking
then we need a
Super Bowl.
Brown Super Bowl too. Wouldn't that be nice for both of us
Fuck
to
the
get one?
Browns. The Browns will never get there.
You don't
the
ever
Bills
have
have
that?
that shot right
They
fucking
do
there.
have a shot, yes.
The Browns are never gonna get there. The Bills are right fucking there, and they're fucking it up. They're doing stupid shit by saying Kincaid and Knox are hey, look what we got. They suck. They fucking suck. DeMar Hamlin's still playing.
But
for
wait,
us.
wait,
He
wait.
sucks. He fucking sucks.
But what if they come out and have a... They
What's his
could,
name? Kenny Phillips, number 97?
but listen, Kincaid and Knox both have an opportunity here this year to come out and show them what they can produce. They really do, and Kincaid is good. He just needs to break
Don't
out
worry.
of the shell.
We cut White, Poyer, and fucking Hyde, but we got young guys.
No,
What the fuck
Hyde's.
happened?
I heard Hyde. Actually, Captain Turry told me that Hyde is going to be some type of defensive coach. I forget what he was doing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Is he gonna put a helmet on?
No.
Okay, then it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, they're going to be fine this year. Come on. We got this. It'll be fun to watch their games no matter what.
Do you understand what I'm trying to like?
Yes, I know it's poor. It comes down to a lot of stuff, though, brother. That's
Oh,
the problem.
a million
And,
things.
and the thing is it's just like Dallas. If you continue to overlook it, it's never gonna get fixed. You got to deal with what you got in front of you.
Dude, it's fun to think of Dallas as like, yeah, they can do it, but like
They can't.
honestly, when you get there,
I'm sorry, but I'll never. You're
Right.
never gonna make me believe that Dak Prescott is the truth for that team and that he can get them. I believe Josh Allen can get the Bills to a Super Bowl. I actually believe that.
Let's talk about that.
I
real
don't think
quick.
Dak Prescott could ever
But
get
in
them.
a second, I want to make one point before we talk about that because I like that. But like you just said, Dak Prescott. We talked about the Cowboys. It's like, oh man, they're winning games. They could be good. They can get there. Like, do you actually believe they're gonna get there? No.
No.
But do I actually believe the Bills are gonna get there? Yes.
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 Yes. I actually do believe the Bills are gonna get there. Now the
I
Bills
think they're
finish a
gonna
little
win it.
further than Dallas. Of course they do. They're a better team. But like, we're talking about two different things here. But is Dak the same quarterback as Josh Allen? You're gonna be out of your fucking mind.
No.
You're gonna be out of your fucking mind.
He's-
Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. Dak's
Thank you.
top 15, top 10.
Dak is not down.
I like Dak. I like
Dak,
Dak.
and he's on the better side of. He's almost 30 now. He's 29, I think.
You get better with age.
Yeah, because I
Dude,
mean,
28
Josh
to
Allen's
34
28.
is like, that's the fucking pocket
Josh
right
Allen's
there.
in his prime right now. He's 28.
Dude,
Just got married.
28 to 34
Just
is
got
the
married to
pocket.
Haley Steinfeld. He's
I
married
don't
to
care
one
who
of
the
the.
fuck he marries. I don't care.
But it's gonna make him more dialed in this year.
Is it? When
Yes,
she's blowing all his
marriage.
fucking
What if
friends
she
and
gets
his offensive
pregnant? What if she
linemen?
gets pregnant at the beginning of the season?
Look what happened to Kelsey when he started
He's
dating
gonna be like,
Taylor
I gotta
Swift.
protect my woman,
Which
my
was-
baby, and the Bills.
And he's like, baby, you're blowing the practice squad guy. Why are you doing that? And now he can't catch passes anymore, Kelsey.
Oh, come
So
on!
be careful about the
Stop!
Look what happened with
I
Romo.
don't believe that.
Look what happened with Romo when he started dating Jessica Simpson.
Kelsey stopped
She
catching.
was blowing the camera guy.
Kelsey?
And he, you know, and he's like, dude, I give you all this money and you're fucking that guy. And he couldn't throw the football anymore.
You're right.
He jumped a kick. No, in Seattle. Oh. He wasn't dating her then, but.
No, I mean, she really messed Roma up.
Yay!
Bad.
Yeah. And financially.
The best thing in the world is the one Eminem video. In the beginning, it's making fun of their breakup, and Romo's throwing a cheeseburger, and she catches it in her mouth. And it's this big, thick Jessica Simpson. She's rubbing her ass on the barn and eating the cheeseburger, and Romo's just like, Eminem's dressed up as Romo. It's freaking hilarious.
I've never seen this before, but I would love to see
right.
it.
We can
Maybe
watch
after
it
the
later.
show.
It's so funny. But look, Dallas is not going anywhere. Just so you know.
I got pissed. Sorry, it's gotta happen now.
Yeah, we're gonna cut for a second. I need
Nah,
to
dude, we don't have to cut. We're just gonna keep it rolling.
But
Keep the conversation going.
well, I was gonna say Jessica Simpson. She really did embarrass Romo by dating him and then doing all that shit to him. And she fucks every guy up that she's with, except the guy I think that she has kids with.
Fucking
now.
Nick Lachey from 98 Degrees. They got divorced. Remember they had that reality
She
show?
couldn't hit the high notes anymore when she left him.
She was like, fuck.
I
Well,
think she purposely fucked his throat up.
He's married to that new bitch now. They're
Yeah,
doing
the Milano chick. She's awesome. She makes money.
They got a reality show that dated that married.
Whatever. She's on the gas station pumps at Parker's or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Marina Menunez. That's who it is.
Fuck, whatever.
Maria Menunez or something.
They do, fuck. You know what? Molly,
They do the fuck?
Because it's actually a really funny show if you can find humor in things, and I can find humor in anything.
Duh.
Molly and I watch it, we just make fun of it the whole time, and it's actually very funny.
We're gonna watch that Eminem video. We're gonna watch the beginning of that so you can see the Tony Romo cheeseburger thing.
Love is Blind is what it's called. Nick Lachey's got a lot. He's doing much better without Jessica Simpson.
Nick Lachey made money with 98 Degrees. I saw them live once.
Dude, 98 Degrees was a shit back in the day.
I saw them live when I went to a Christmas concert.
Yeah, you were sucking your boyfriend at the time. Fucking Jesus Christ. And dude,
I also at that same concert got to see Maya.
dude,
Leah,
Maya was gorgeous. Maya was a gorgeous
was
woman.
in Buffalo, And I got to see Genuine. He did the pony song.
You want it? Let's do it.
Yeah, he did
Ride
that
it,
song.
my
It was a
pony.
It was a Christmas event. I remember I was freaking
Homie,
out. I was like,
if I told you I could play that song on guitar, would you believe me?
yes, absolutely.
I
think
can.
you can play a lot of songs on the guitar.
I can. I have a whole rendition.
I would
of Pony on
absolutely.
the
I'd like to
guitar.
hear that actually.
I'll show it to you later. All right, now you're gonna get a boner. You will. You'll bone up.
I'm gonna
It's
chub
hot.
up. I'm gonna be at half
It's
mast.
fucking hot.
Throwing all this shit away right now,
Good man.
and then we'll continue
I'm
talking.
gonna sit down. Let's do a little bit more Dak shit. We'll continue a little more NFL. We'll call it a show. I think we did pretty good today.
I'm gonna call you a shit.
We got some Diddy stuff in. We got some UFC in.
We got a lot of Diddy stuff in. We'll have to trim through the fat.
And there actually is some. We haven't talked about football for so fucking long, brother. There actually is some fucking football shit to
A
talk
lot of
about.
good stuff to talk about. I love talking about my Bills. I'm gonna brag.
I mean, we
about
haven't
them.
even talked about Nick Chubb yet. You know that, right?
He's done. What do you mean?
He's signing with the Texans.
Stop. Stop.
Hey, let's continue the Dak thing, and then we'll remember to go back to
So
Chubb.
they're
Yeah,
getting rid of Damian Pierce. They're gonna have Mixon and Chubb.
homie, I think Pierce is already gone. I think Pierce has been gone.
Oh yeah, I think he has been. Dude, Pierce and
Would you?
Chubb.
Do you just want to talk about? No, Mixon.
Mixon and Chubb. That's what I meant. Ooh,
No,
dude.
all right. Well, let's talk about it. I don't like it.
I love it.
I don't like it for Chubb.
Well, what if he has a healthy season though?
What did you just say?
What
if?
he has?
You just said what if?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge what if, brother.
Why? He didn't get hurt last year, did
Come
he?
on. Yes, he broke his fucking foot with like 3 games coming back. He finally came back from that horrific knee injury. He's 3 games in. Somebody stepped on his foot and shattered it.
Yeah, he's got to retire. Retire.
But he's not. Remember, I was saying earlier. I thought that like maybe like somebody would call him.
But here's the thing:
week
if a
10.
doctor clears you to play and they say you're okay, you're okay
Correct.
to play.
He's a player, and I love,
Correct.
dude. I love the man. I love Nick Chubb. I mean, I have a Chubb jersey upstairs that you stretch your nipples out in. I can't wear anymore, but like,
Yeah.
you remember that? You wore
Yeah.
that jersey and the nipples are now like this. I can't even wear.
Can I say something real quick before you do though? Because I want to say this: what if he does go over? Is it done? Is he there?
Sign in. It's not.
So
it's
this
not.
doesn't. Don't you think this is a good organization he's going to, with a great offensive line, that if he does get a couple dump offs, they can protect him so that he can run and not get hurt, and maybe have one more season that. I mean, playing behind Mixon, he'll run for at least probably in that offense. I bet he runs for 800 yards that year.
You got the business.
If they limit his snaps and give him some real opportunities, he could get a downhill run and go for 60 yards. Just like that for a touchdown. It's Nick Chubb. He's done it before. So I absolutely think there's a chance that under Mixon, there's a threat. Because even when they take Mixon off the field and they put Chubb in, these defenses are going to be like, they're not going to run Chubb. We're not worried about it. Or they can run Chubb and we'll just sack him. What if it's the Chubb from old? What if he brings one more year back and really does it hard, gets some downhill runs, what if he has the potential, Chubb, healthy, 7 to 8 touchdowns for the season behind a Joe Mixon who's going to probably get 20.
I have 3 things to say. 1, 2 to your point, and the other one, I'm just finishing my point.
Mm-hmm.
I do love him going to the Texans. I do think
It's a good organization.
I do think it's a good spot. I think it's very, very attractive for both sides. I think it's very attractive for Nick Chubb to be underneath Mixon, underneath a coaching staff who's really going for something and doing a good job. I think it's really attractive for the Texans because they're now getting a running back who has been, and that's wonderful.
Don't you
But
think
it's
Mixon
not-
could teach him too?
It's not their starting running back. No. Nick Chubb will teach Mixon. Let's get that.
You think so?
He's a better running back than what he was.
Then
In his
not
prime.
not right now. He's not. He's not going to beat Mixon for the.
Leading into my second point, or leading into my third
He's
point, I'll
not
just
going
go
to beat
there. I'll
Mixon
just go
for a
there
number
right now.
one start spot.
I'll just go there right now. This man, when he came back last year, was a fucking shell of himself because his body's not there.
Do you think he can still handle
Nick
change
Chubb
of
in
pace?
his prime is way better than Mixon. Way better. Than
Oh, God, I have a tough sell on that, but yeah.
I don't think it's that close.
Ah.
I really don't. But right now, yeah, Mixon's better than him. But Chubb's been around a little bit longer, right? A couple years. He's got a
No,
year or two on
Mixon's older than Chubb. Are
him.
you
I don't
kidding
believe
me?
that.
Yes, he is.
Either way, let's say you're right. Let's just say you're right. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Chubb was better in his peak than Mixon.
Okay.
Okay, you don't agree with that?
No, I'm not saying I don't agree with it. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if I have faith in that. I think Mixon is the better running back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think
fine.
Mixon will. I mean, after the season he just had, Chubb's not in his condition competing for that number one spot.
When Chubb came back last year, he was rushing 8 times for 20 yards.
Yeah, it was
10
bad.
times for 31. Like he can't
In his
do it.
prime,
He can't do it anymore. So the thing was like, oh well, he's a wonderful 1-2 punch for Mixon. Well, he's not really a good 1-2 punch for anybody. What he needed to do was sit out until week 10, week 12, week 14 when somebody
back
got
from the
hurt
playoffs?
and somebody could bring him in,
Fill
so he
in
could
and
just,
then go through
he
the
could stay in
playoffs,
shape and then
maybe?
come in. But a whole season, he's not going to be there at the end of the season.
What if he runs?
And
Okay,
Nick Chubb
okay.
will not be playing football in week 14.
What if he runs?
He'll be hurt.
What if he runs minimal? I mean, maximum, not minimal.
But then
Ma-
what do you
wait,
sign
wait.
him
Let me
for
say
then?
it. What if
If
he
you have
run?
a pitch count, you're
What if
number
he
two.
gets 10 touches a game? That's not bad.
That's doable. But if you're going into signing a player with going, we can only use him 10 times a game, maybe less, then why are you even fucking signing him? Just get the young guy. You can slam his head into the fucking wall 18 times.
I think Damian Pierce is that bad, and I think Nick
He's gone.
Chubb complimenting Joe Mixon is a wonderful idea, and I think that helps Chubb.
In theory. But again, look at what you got out of Chubb last year when he was healthy, when he did come back. Now maybe it's completely different. He's the foot's healed and stuff, but like he's off a gruesome knee injury. He's already had 2 in his career now.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year he came back, looked terrible, and broke his fucking foot.
Can
So now you're gonna what?
Let me say something. I think Houston, I think they have the money. I think sky's the limit if they want to hire a player in. I think they feel he is, again, I can't say this enough. I think he's going to be a wonderful compliment for Joe Mixon. He's going to come in and fill in the blanks just like and
In
probably
his
get some
prime.
touchdowns out of it. No, with the good Texans offense and C.J. Stroud behind the helm, you got Joe Mixon. You might
in
have,
his prime, he starts on our team. So
in his
right now,
prime, but
okay.
but
okay, yes.
like I said, he's a wonderful
In
compliment.
theory.
He's gonna get some ground and pound touchdowns this year.
I
They're gonna be in the goal
I
line.
love
They'll be like,
Chubb.
they're gonna go Mixon. Mixon always gets the touchdown. So now you have the option. We can throw Chubb in there, make it look like we're gonna throw
So
it, and
break
Chubb
his
fucking
knee
runs it
again like
in.
he did in Pittsburgh on the 32-yard line. Jesus Christ! I just love Chubb, and I'm looking out for Chubb. He can come do shit for the Browns. We'll still pay him. We'll pay him what You can come on and be a hype guy. You do marketing. You can do this. Where do you want to go in your career? We'll
Are you
help out
mad
with
if he
that.
goes to Texans? Though?
Not at all.
Would you rather see
I'm
him go to
happy-
Miami or the Jets?
I'm happy for him to continue his career. The only please don't go to the Steelers. But even if he did go to the Steelers, I'm happy he's making
He
money
can't
playing
go to the
football the way he
Steelers.
wants. The problem is, I fear for his health.
He'll never go to the Steelers.
I will always fear for his health. His
Steelers
ability-
running backs have to run all the time, so he'd never go there.
I just can't. I can't condone anything that takes life off his legs or
I
body.
want to tell you this: if
'Cause I love the man.
he decides to play, I would rather see him go to the Texans than probably
I love the Texans.
any other team out there because
love the
I
Texans.
feel like he'll be protected over there. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't
I'm
want
trying
to
to think of
do.
another team. Like Baltimore would be good for him, I guess.
Yeah, he could rest easy.
I
there.
love the Texans.
He could rest easy there.
I love the Texans.
Baltimore would be a
Philly?
resort for him.
Philly.
No.
He
Philly's-
goes sit on Philly, make some money.
He'd have to
play.
He'd have.
And never have to play.
He would play under Barkley. Yes,
Like
he would.
Philly's the only team that you can actually tell me, like, hey, listen, your pitch count. Like we signed him on a pitch count. Like that makes sense because he's never gonna play.
Barkley's the D man there.
Correct. And any place that Chubb goes now, he's gonna be number 2 or
Did you
number
see-
3. Chubb is not number 1 running back.
Mm-mm.
He's too hurt. There's too much going on. He's number 2 in Houston. Ugh. I love Nick Chubb is a number 3. When somebody goes down, now
Where's he
he
going to
elevates
go
to
where
number
there's
2.
a number 3?
Just saying.
Anywhere he goes, he's going to be a number 2. It's just because of who he is and what he can.
I fear for his health. That's all.
Yeah, I do too.
Do I still
Again,
think he has some talent and some capabilities? Sure,
Listen,
buddy. Yes,
listen.
but like the best of him is gone.
let's put the obvious out there. The Texans' offensive line is nothing less than immaculate. Joe Mixon was able to run all the fuck over the board every single year since he's been there. They protect. He'd have a good career if he went there. That would be a great season for him. Where, like I said,
I know you're right.
He'd probably run for
I agree. I
He'd
agree.
probably run for 500 yards.
We're
But
talking in circles.
Say he ran for
agree
800
with
yards and 7 touchdowns. That's a fucking great season
I
for
agree
him
with
when he
this.
gets paid.
I see what you're saying. I don't think you see what I'm saying. You had a team in the Cleveland Browns who brought him out to smash a guitar when he could barely walk. You have a team in the Cleveland Browns who restructured his deal, so he's still getting money from us this year. Try to take care of him the best way we can because we realize he can't play anymore. We saw that he can't play anymore. If the Cleveland Browns aren't taking this guy as a practice squad guy, as a third thing, they understand that his play is gone.
You're saying there's something wrong.
Right? So for him to go out and get a contract is wonderful for him to make his money and stuff like that.
And you know why?
But he can always come back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And make money in other ways because we love him. The organization loves
Come
him.
back and be a coach in the future, maybe?
Look, if there's another statue going up, I bet you at least 60% of Browns fans say Nick Chubb.
No.
Because we love him that much. So for him
Yeah.
to get a contract from another team, they're going to use him poorly. And I don't mean that they're going to use him actually improperly or something like that, but like, he shouldn't be playing football.
But if he
should not be playing
here's the
football.
problem. If he's cleared and
But they're going to use him to play football.
Everything's healed. He's cleared to play.
He's not healed.
And he wants to play.
He'll never be healed again.
But
he will never be the running back he was ever again.
Sometimes-
And he's going to get hurt this year.
Sometimes the decision comes down to the player. It's not always about the doctor. And if the doctor
100%.
clears you and you decide I want to play,
Man, this is one of the better running backs that's ever been.
Yeah.
He's going to come in here. Of course he wants to fucking play football.
so this is what I'm saying.
It's like Tony Ferguson
Would
in
you-
UFC. He's on the 8-fight winning. It's not winning. He's lost 8 fights in a row. He's one of the better fighters there's ever been. But he keeps fighting because everybody's like, stop fighting. He's like, no, I gotta win one more. And he keeps getting his fucking ass kicked.
And he keeps
After
coming
Gaethje
back
beat
for
the
more.
shit out of him, he was never the same again. He's lost 7 straight after that. But everybody's like, hey, he shouldn't fight anymore. He's like, I'm gonna keep fighting. And he keeps getting his fucking ass kicked. Well, Nick Chubb, your knees are fucking trash. Your foot just got broken last year. You can't do it anymore. What do you want to do? He goes, I want to play. He's like, fuck.
Give him a snap count. Like I said.
But if you're the
10
Texans
touches.
and you're signing a guy at the beginning of the season on a snap count, that's a stupid move.
Not when you have Joe Mixon at the helm. He's the one who's going to be
What
up
happens
there.
when Joe Mixon gets hurt? You gonna let this guy go in there and
he
get hurt and
hasn't,
then you have
but-
nothing?
He got hurt. I think he got hurt his first or second year. Remember, he's out for 3 games.
Nick Chubb will get hurt this season. He will get hurt this season.
And I
That's
don't
why
want
he
that.
needed to sign week 14,
Listen,
week 10.
homie,
he can't take
You're
a full
preaching
season.
to the choir. He wants to play. He
I
doesn't
know he
have
wants to play. All the players want to play.
Like
All
you
the
said,
good
Cleveland
players
would be
want to
like
play.
Cleveland would be like.
The
Go
Texans
ahead,
need to be
be our
smart enough to go,
coach.
of course he wants to fucking play. Of course he wants to fucking play.
At least he's playing behind Mixon under a good offensive line with C.J. Stroud at the helm. I think that's one of the best landing
Please
spots he could
remember,
have.
he's still on the payroll of the Cleveland Browns for this season.
That's one of the best landing spots he could ever have in his life.
I
if
agree.
He's gonna play.
Well,
You want to see him go to like the Jets and get eaten up, or go to like Giants and get tackled every single down? No. Playing
it's a good spot. Number 2 of the Texans is a wonderful
probably
spot.
my number 1 spot. The only thing I'd rather see, bring him to the Bills. Let him play behind Cook. Nah, it's too.
You guys are going for Super Bowls. You don't
Yeah,
need it.
yeah.
You don't need drama with your number
He would
2.
get hurt. He definitely would get hurt.
You don't need drama with your number 2. Well, actually, I think your offense would play very well for him, but you don't need that. You don't. It's a risk. This whole signing is a risk.
Yeah. Again, you just agreed with me. He's going to the Texans. It's a good landing spot
It's
for him.
a very good landing spot for him. I mean, if he's going to sign week 1 with a team, okay, all right. I just worry about him, man. That's my boy. That's Chubb.
You don't want him to fall down and hurt his job.
I don't want him to not be able to walk in 3 years. I want him to be able to have children and a life and a family and everything good about life.
Doesn't he have a kid already?
I'm sure he probably.
Yeah, I thought he had one already, like his
But I want
first
him to
or
be
second
there
year in
for
the
him.
NFL.
I don't want him to be a wheelchair in 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah, I
You
get
know,
it.
he's still young.
Should we stream a game for a half hour? What do you think?
Well, let's set it all up.
Oh,
Are we
is
done
that-
with football? Well, hold on a second. I don't think we're done with football.
Let's talk about it.
I know you always. I hate
So
that
let's
you do
talk.
that,
No, hold on. I want to talk about Saquon real quick. Just touch
Why?
upon him because I just want to see if you think
Why?
is his season this year is he gonna supersede? Is it gonna be a downfall? Because you know sometimes after you win a Super Bowl, you go through that little Super Bowl slump where you don't produce. You think he's gonna produce?
You're probably gonna call me like I'm hedging my bets on this,
Yeah.
but this is like if you're asking me right now. So
Yeah.
this is what I actually feel about Saquon. I think he's gonna do a little bit less or a little bit more than he did last year.
So
I think he's gonna be right at the
what
same
did
level.
he? What did he rush last year? 18?
Let's look. Let's look. At,
1800?
let's look at him.
27
I
touchdowns.
think
Who knows?
honestly, I think he's gonna be stellar. And
Again, I think it's going to be tempered, but I do believe he'll still run like a good 15, 16. I think defenses are going to catch on to this scheme because you have to. Now, anytime you play Philly this year, you're.
I don't know if that really. I don't know that's a thing with him.
You don't. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't.
I think
care.
he's like Adrian Peterson at his prime. Like,
Doesn't care.
you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Now you have to deal with it. Can you deal with it?
And he can.
And it's hard to deal with it.
He absolutely can.
And that was the thing with AP. Remember
Is
Adrian
he-
Peterson back in the deal?
Wait.
The day when he played for the Vikings? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh shit, they're running off tackle. Okay, push all the guys over. And he runs off tackle. And you still have to tackle this motherfucker. They couldn't do it. There he goes. He's 28 yards.
Can I say something? All right.
Yeah.
Saquon on the Giants. Let's go back years. We're talking about Saquon on the Giants. Still had pretty good, rush for 1,200, 1,100, 1,200.
I hated him.
Now, would you
He's always hurt. What a piece of shit. Big
the
legs,
year
they don't
before
work.
he got traded to Philly, you didn't even know about this. We're sitting here right now. You didn't know. Saquon, we're sitting here talking Saquon. Saquon, best running back in the league next year, 2 years, wins a Super Bowl, one of the best running backs ever. We're all,
Wait, we did this?
What if we did? I'm saying, what would you think about that?
He had 2,005 yards last year.
Would you ever
And he
think
could have way more.
Saquon was going to be the best running back ever?
I still don't. No, I don't think he's. I still don't think he's going to be the best running back ever.
He will be. I think he will be.
I think he's the best running back in the league.
Here's what I want to say: if he plays 4 more years healthy,
Like
never
this?
never gets injured, like this, best running back ever, the GOAT. Nobody better ever. Better than OJ, any of them.
Of course, I'm better than OJ. OJ's not the best running back I've ever been. But
He's ran one of the most yards out of any quarterback ever.
if
in
he
the
has
league
four, if he has
with
4
less
more,
games.
if he has 4 more years of last. So last year was 345 carries. That's a lot.
Astronomical.
It's too much. 2,005
Is
yards.
it too much? Not
Could
for
have been
him.
more. 13 touchdowns could be better. Very good.
He only had 13
Very-
touchdowns last. That can't be right.
Rushing,
Oh, passing, he's got another.
receiving.
12.
I'm sure he had.
Receiving, that's what I'm
about
saying.
That, but like,
Come on, bro.
um,
You have multiple touchdowns, 2-3 touchdowns a game. There's no way it's that.
here's my, and I'm gonna go back to what I just said to it. Adrian Peterson at his time, we thought he was going to be the best running back that's ever been,
We did.
and we saw that he fell off.
I don't know, man. I love Saquon.
And it wasn't that he
He's my
wasn't
favorite running back right
in
now,
the same
Saquon.
shape. Maybe the offensive line, because there was a
You
good
know who
offensive line
you
there
know who my second favorite running back is right now?
right now.
Yeah.
James Cook.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't care. It's trash. It's
He's
trash.
not.
It's a trash take from you.
I love.
It's a
James
biased shit take from you, and I won't have it. Dude, stop doing it.
It's not. I'm being serious.
Talk about James Cook objectively for once. You know he's not a top 5 running back. You
Yes,
know
he is.
this.
Yes,
you
he
know
is.
this in
Yes,
your heart.
he is.
He is not.
What are you going to do when he has a stellar year this year?
Clap for Josh Allen for allowing him to fucking do that.
Why do you keep doing that?
Because
You
he's
can't
not
make
that
Josh
guy,
Allen.
dude.
Yes, he is.
He is a
can
good
be.
runner.
He doesn't block it.
Very good runner.
So-
I'd love to have him on the Browns.
But here's my thing. So, and I want a serious take. You're the coach, James Cook. He wants all this money. He won't block. And
You know
even
my
if you
answer.
pay, here's the
You
thing.
know my fucking answer.
Here's the thing.
You know it.
Even if you pay him the money he wants, you absolutely know he's not going to ever block. He'll never block. He'll never try to block for Allen or anybody. He doesn't like to block. Would you still take him?
So why did you give me a question? If you said he will block, then
Yes.
maybe I'd consider the question.
Yes.
Are you out of your fucking mind? I didn't even know he didn't like to block.
He doesn't block.
Then why do you like him?
Well, they like him because of all the yards and the touchdowns and
He will never be worth $15 million
ever.
in his life.
Come on.
He is not that dude.
That's not.
He is not that fucking dude, Kevin.
What if he goes in and has another stellar year
Kevin?
again?
He is not that good.
Yeah.
He's good. I'd be happy to have him on the Browns. Hey, we got a running back and go out there and do nothing for us again. He is not that good, Kevin. Kevin, he's not that fucking good.
Yeah, well, but
Jerome Ford on the Bills would have had a wonderful season too.
but here's the thing: we can't afford to not have him this season.
Yes, you can.
Who would we have behind? All we have is Ty Johnson.
Somebody else that
and we have Ray Davis.
can run the ball in from the 2-yard line.
Ray Davis can. He can, but I don't Oh man,
You
James
don't
Cook.
need him.
He made a name for himself last year.
Let the fucking Jets or somebody still Jets.
No.
One of them. Let somebody else pay him. He is not worth $15 million. He will never in his career be worth $15 million a year. He is not that good, Kevin. He is not that good.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me he doesn't block?
But we don't.
Okay, so let's shave another $2 million.
We don't have to pay him $15 million this year. I mean, he's still under rookie contract, I think, for one more year, and he's gonna take the pay we're giving him. But I don't know if he's gonna play or what's going on. There's still kind of a holdout.
Then release him.
Oh no, never.
Kevin?
You don't release him.
Kevin.
What?
He is not that good.
I like him a lot.
I do too. I
like
honestly,
him a lot.
honestly, Kevin, I like him a lot too.
I don't want him to go somewhere else.
Fuck it. So what? So he can do nothing? Let him go to the Giants. Go ahead, buddy. See how that works. Rushing for 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. Have fun with it, you
What
fuck.
if we can afford to pay him for the next year? We hold on to him this year. We can afford to pay him.
No.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure you can afford to pay him. I'm sure the $15 million's there a year. He's not worth it. Is the problem?
That's what I think.
He is not worth 10.
What if?
He's an $8 to $9 million a year running back if he's in the right system. And other than that, it's
That's
not worth
really
it, brother.
low ball. Really?
It's not. It's proper value. He is not worth $15 million.
Come on, dude. I think
James Cook. We talk about the same guy.
yes.
The guy played on your team last year. And the
He
year
had
before.
a good
That
season.
guy?
Yes. He
Okay,
had a great season.
no. He's not worth 10 million. And he's asking 15. So he can go fuck himself.
I think he's definitely worth 10. I'm sorry.
On your offense, he's worth
Yes.
8.
10.
No, on your offense,
10. He's worth 10.
8.
No, he's worth.
and that's like his
10.
best deal. Like, where else is he gonna go and be this good? Nowhere.
That's the
Where
problem.
else is he gonna go and
We'll
be this
make the
good?
mistake again. We'll let him go, just like we should have kept Stephon Diggs.
Do you see what I'm saying?
We should have never
You
let
understand
Stephon
this?
Diggs go.
Fuck that. No.
He would have been.
No.
He would have been great.
Stephon became a bitch on his own, even when he was with you guys. He was gonna do the same
He was
shit.
a good wide receiver with Josh Allen. Great He had a 1,300 receiving yard season with Josh Allen his first year.
You get too caught up in your emotions when you talk about the Bills that you can't see what's actually happening. Stephon Diggs was turning into an asshole and a piece of shit on your team, and you didn't even notice it. You didn't even realize it. And now you're looking at a running back that last year had a great season because the offense was geared towards
I do not want to get rid of
making
James
shit
Cook.
happen, and it just happened that he was the guy that was able to help them with that.
Because he is that
And
guy.
now you're idolizing a Diggs who's doing pink cocaine on boats with pieces of shit and
I
jumping
don't like
at
that about him. If he
awful
was still on the
contracts.
Bills, he would have never had that pink cocaine in his nose.
Bullshit.
He wouldn't have.
Bullshit.
He wouldn't have.
Bullshit.
He didn't get in trouble when he was on the Bills,
I gotta
not
say it again.
freaking once.
Bullshit.
He would have never got in trouble.
I'll say it again. Bullshit.
So they were stupid for getting rid of Diggs. I still
And
love
now you're
Diggs.
trying to pay a mediocre quarterback $15 million, and it's just, and you think it's okay. You have to step back for a second. You have to step back from your team.
I want James Cook there.
From
And
a
if
fan who does not have much to look at, it's easy for me. I know it's not easy for you because you guys are good right now, but you have to step back.
I want them to continue to be good, and I think part of them progressing is to have James Cook there in that position. When
Continuity is so important. Continuity is so important.
He
Have
can
the same guy in
score.
there do the same
He
things.
can run. He was elusive last year. Remember the guy had his hair and was trying to rip his hair out of his helmet, and he got by him and
But when
still
you
got
got
the
a
touchdown.
cocksucker like James Cook that's saying to keep this
Stop
together.
calling him a cocksucker.
When you have a cocksucker like James Cook that says, like, I want to keep this together too, but you're going to have to pay me an exorbitant amount of money that I'm not worth.
$15 million
then
is
it's like,
not much.
as an organization, you have to step back and go, fuck you. No.
$15 million's not.
No.
They can afford it. They can.
Of course they can afford it. He's not worth it. That's the problem. He's not even remotely worth it.
Let's give him. All right, that's why I said before. You guarantee him, like you said, maybe guarantee him.
I guarantee you
Low
can
ball,
suck my
6,
balls
7
if he
mil.
thinks he's getting
We
15 million.
guarantee you 6, 7 mil this year because he's still under contract. So why don't we entice his contract with like 6, 7 mil? You perform again like you had a season last
Give him a
year.
signing
You'll
bonus.
get your 15
Give him a
million.
little $2.5 million on a signing bonus. Boom, boom.
No,
There you go.
give him
right
more
now.
than
You
that.
get it right now.
Give him more than that.
You sign this new
Fine.
contract.
You wanna
and
say-
for the rest of the year, you get $2.5 million right now.
No, 5
Boom.
mil.
Absolutely not. No.
You gotta entice him and get him there. That way, and you say
You don't got to do shit.
What if he has
You don't
the?
have to do fucking dick.
But here's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
him.
What if he has one of the best seasons and the Bills go to the Super Bowl and win it? Was it not worth the $5
What if
million?
he shits his pants and breaks his leg the first fucking game?
Then
We
you're
can
out.
do what if
Then
all
then
the
you're
fucking
out-
time you want
you're out
to.
your
He's
$5
not
mil.
worth $15 million. He's not worth $10 million, Kevin. So
Come
how do you
on.
want to do this? He's not
We're-
worth it.
There's nothing to do because you're
It'd be
never
stupid
gonna
for the Bills to do that.
I-
It'd be a dumb decision as an organization. Coming from a fan who's made dumb organizational decisions like fucking Deshaun Dicklicker.
Look, the Bills are not perfect, and they make wrong decisions. And here's another wrong decision they made. They let Von Miller sign a contract for, is it $1 million? For this year, so he could retire as a fucking Buffalo Bill. And I hate that because he's an asshole, and he was on the radio and on camera beating his wife, went to jail. I mean, the guy's a dick. We let him retire as a Bill this year for like $1 million. We paid him to retire because he didn't want to get traded somewhere else. And I didn't believe it, and I saw it in the news, and I didn't believe
There
it.
has to be more than that. Didn't you guys owe him a lot more money than that? Maybe he took a cut.
Well,
Maybe you guys are like, listen, it's $1 million.
Listen.
You can retire, and we'll get this out of here. You forget about that $13 million we owe you.
2 or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, he came out and he said, and you can look this up, he said, Bean can put a check in front of me for whatever the amount is to retire, and I will sign it, is what he said. He didn't want to go play for another team, and he wants to retire as a Bill. Now we got that.
Smart moves.
It's not smart. I don't want him.
Get him off your fucking books.
Yes, but now he's embedded in the Bills. He retires as a
Who the
Bill.
fuck cares? Get him
Send
off
him
the
back to
fucking books.
Denver.
Get him off the books.
He's off, so that's good.
No, that's a good move. And they're doing another good move. I'm not signing this asshole thinks he's worth all this fucking money because he ain't. Do you think Saquon's worth $20 million a year? $22 million a year?
Yes.
I don't. 18? 18's a good number. 18's a good number.
Yeah, but
For the best running back in football?
I'm not
18's a
mad
good
that they
number.
said, okay, we'll throw him another $4 million to sign him.
But do you understand why they did
Yes, but
that? You want to
this
do
is
that
a
with
money
Cook?
ball.
You want to do that with Cook? Cook?
I want
Cook!
Cook. Cook's up there. He's good.
Cook.
He's good. I
Cook.
want one more beer. Now you're making me mad. I'm gonna have one more beer.
Cook?
We'll talk about this. Yes, I think that James Cook deserves to get paid something. Absolutely. And if he's gonna play, he's on a holdout right now. And if he's gonna play, they're gonna have to. That's why he's on a holdout right now. They're gonna have to pay him something.
No,
that he
hold on,
wants.
'cause he's a piece of shit. Let's just knock that right out of the way.
All of them do it,
So I have a list here
and it's always
of
the
all the
players.
starting running backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, James Cook's on this list.
Where is he at?
Well, no, it's not like a 1, 2, 3 list. It's just they just list them. But we're gonna go through to end the show. We're gonna go through them.
I gotta pee real quick.
And I'm gonna tell you everybody that's better than him. And you're gonna disagree with me and get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell you everybody that's better than him.
No, I won't. If I'm gonna
Go
disagree,
pee, because you're gonna be upset.
I'll be honest. If I disagree, I'll tell you why.
You're not gonna be honest. You're gonna be subjective.
Yes, I will.
No, you're gonna be subjective.
No, I won't.
And I'm gonna tell you every single running back that's better than him. And it's a lot. I'm already at 6. You are not gonna like this conversation. Nick Chubb's on this list. Hold on. Okay, I brought up a list that actually ranked them going into last season.
I didn't hear anything you said.
So I actually brought up a ranking list.
Christian
As
McCaffrey.
a 1-2. We'll go through
This is a rank.
This is going into the.
This is an
last
actual
season.
ranking
Yes.
for 2025.
No, 2024.
Oh. Well, you can't do that. Then you got to
Do
go.
you
into
want 2025?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't do 2024. It's just not going to be fair. Because he didn't have his good season until last year.
Well, he had a good season last year, but
So
that's unfair.
we
because
can't rank it for 2024.
That's unfair because he wasn't that good. It was the offense and the quarterback. So it's not. We'll do what you want to do.
I just want you to bring it up for 2025. What they think going into 2025.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to see.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Now,
look at this.
number 1,
Is
Derrick Henry.
no.
Doesn't
I
matter.
totally disagree
Doesn't
with
matter.
that.
We don't have to. We're not dealing with these rankings. We're not going to worry about the number attached to these players. What we're going to decide is this player better than your boy? Is Derrick Henry better than Cook? Yes.
Yes, he is.
Is Saquon Barkley better than your boy? Yes, he is. Is Bijan Robinson better than
No.
your boy?
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Is Jamari Gibbs better than your boy? Yes, he is.
No.
Is Josh Jacobs better than your boy? Yes, he is. Is Bucky Irving better than your
No.
boy?
No. Christian
He's good in the
McCaffrey,
offense.
fuck.
Yes. Christian McCaffrey, that's 6, is better than your boy. Absolutely. Is James Conner better than
No.
your boy?
Nope.
I'll give you a no there. I
It's
want
a
to say
no.
yes, but
It's
I'll
a
give
no.
you- I'll
That's
give
a
you
no. So is Devin A-Chain? No.
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes, that's
No, he's not.
that's 7 for me.
Nope.
Yes, he
Nope.
is. Yes, he is.
Nope.
Is oh, yes, he is. Kyra Rowan, oh, fuck yeah, he is. Kenneth Walker? No.
No.
James Cook? That's your boy. Alshon Gentry? Why is he in
No.
this? No. Jonathan Taylor? Yes.
Mm,
Brees Hall? Yes. Chuba Hubbard? No. Joe Mixon? Yes. I'm at 11 right now.
yeah, okay.
Is Tony Pollard better than your boy? No.
No.
Aaron Jones better than your boy? Of course he is. We're at 12.
No. No.
Is Alvin Kamara better than your boy? Yes. We're at 13 running backs who beat your boy. Is David Montgomery better than your boy? We're at 14 running backs better than your boy
Nah,
right
I
now.
don't like that.
Tyler Algier, no. Isaiah Pacheco, no. Chase, but no. And Najee Harris, no. So now we're in. So we have
We're on the
14
round.
running backs that are better than your guy.
Okay.
I have 14.
I mean,
you don't have to have 14.
No, you have a.
I have 14.
Look, you raised some good points, but there are 32 teams. I know there's better quarterbacks than James Cook. That doesn't mean I don't want to pay him money to get paid to play in Buffalo. It just doesn't mean that.
Number 31 was Brian Robinson Jr. from Washington. He helped me win the championship last year in fantasy because he had
He's
a
not
great
better.
season.
He is
I don't
not.
Think I don't think he's better either.
Come on, don't
but
be
you know
stupid.
what? He had just the same season as your boy did. He had some crazy stats that he probably won't have on any other team.
Yeah.
But what do you think? He's going to demand $15 million now? He goes,
No.
look what I did. I caught fucking 10 rushing touchdowns. This guy had crazy stats last year. He got me points every single week. He was 10 plus every single week
Damn,
on
really?
my flex. He was a bad boy. When he got hurt those 2 weeks, I was hurting because I needed those 15 points off my flex.
James Cook did me good.
He had a wonderful stat season because of the offense.
I got to play you in the
James Cook
championships.
had a wonderful
I played. Did I play you? No, I played you in
to
the
go to
semi.
the championship.
Yeah. I did still did good last year, and then I won my other league. So.
Just saying, dude. Just saying. We have 14 better. I had 14 better. You probably had like 10.
I'm sorry. I'm not choosing Alvin Kamara over James Cook on the Bills.
I am.
I'm not.
Well, I'm choosing Alvin Kamara over James Cook on the fucking Titans.
Yeah.
Or I'm taking him over him, period.
Nah.
100%.
He is
110%.
really good.
I'm taking Aaron Jones over him, 110%.
No, Aaron
Tony
Jones.
Pollard, no. Joe
Chuba,
Mixon,
Chuba.
you out of your fucking minds? Yes, I'm taking Joe Mixon. And he's behind Chuba Hubbard. Now, I'm not taking Chuba Hubbard over James Cook. I'll take James Cook over Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Brees Hall? Of course I'm taking Brees Hall.
No, hell no. Brees Hall had a horrible season last
You
year.
had
I
a
had
terrible
him.
team last year. You guys were going
He's
for
gonna
the
be on that same
You guys had the
terrible
best
team.
quarterback in the league, and we're going for a fucking Super Bowl. Of course he did better than fucking Brees Hall last year. You gotta be out of your fucking mind, Kevin. Jonathan Taylor's a better running back. Alshon Jr. I don't know why he's up here now.
No.
James Cook's right above him. Kenneth Walker Jr. or Kenneth Walker III, who's above
No.
Cook on his list. I'm not taking him either. I'm taking
Kyrie,
Cook.
I guess. Yeah,
Kyron Williams.
I guess.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
A.J.,
That's not
yep.
super close.
Connor's on 8, and I'm still taking Cook over Connor.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, yep.
He's always injured, though.
Bucky Irving, no. He's number 6. He's
Josh Jacobs.
a product
yeah, I
of
guess.
his environment.
Josh Jacobs had a great
I
year
like
with
Bucky
the
Irving.
Packers. So, yeah. I
Josh
get that.
Jacobs, way better than your boy.
No.
Jamari Gibbs, way better than your boy. Bijan Robinson, way better than your boy.
No,
Saquon
he's not.
Barkley,
Bijan, absolutely not.
Shake. Shut up.
Bijan, fuck that. No. He had a terrible season last
Shut
year.
up. He's on a
Fuck
terrible
him.
team.
Cheers.
Derrick Henry
You
and
suck.
Saquon, way better than your boy.
You're-
So much better than your boy. We went through it. Anyway, that was a fun show, though.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Do we got time for 10 minutes a game? No. That time
We'll talk about that when we get off the fucking camera. How about that? Huh? How about
Oh,
you
yeah, you
fucking
like
pour a
that.
little
You like
ice on that fucking boner, we say goodbye, and we'll talk about other shit. With that said, though, we are going to start streaming video games, guys. I have a handle on Twitch, JSpec12.
You have more than a handle on Twitch. You have a grip.
We're going to make a Piggy the Jake Twitch as well. Or we're going to start streaming some of our favorite video games, some new releases, whatever we can get our hands on.
Well, we got Resident Evil 8, and that's building up to Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which will be about vampires and werewolves. So
We gotta get through 8 first.
we got to get through 8 first.
Gotta
Of
get
course,
through 8 first.
we got time.
Well, we're
Nine's
gonna do
not
some
coming out for a
Madden
couple of
shit too.
months.
We're gonna play Madden.
Love anything you want to play, we'll play.
Yeah, so
I love it.
We're gonna start playing some video games. Silly commentary. If we can figure out how to get a fucking WWE paper,
We didn't even talk
Match
about
like this.
that.
Do
We
you
never
want to real
talked about
quick?
WWE.
Wait, do you want to real quick?
I guess we
'Cause
should.
Actually, we actually have a lot to say with them.
Yeah. Let's
Real quick before we end the show, because we actually have a lot to say.
WWE. So we got hyped up. Both of us got
Money in
hyped
the
up
Bank.
about Money in the Bank. So they had the females. They did have some tag teams we didn't get to see.
We
Like,
didn't
they
watch
had,
any of the we didn't watch any. We watched the Money in the Bank matches. It was right after we got off work. It was still happening.
We watched the females.
Kevin brought it up. He purchased it and brought it up, and we kind of fast forwarded through some shit. We watched the female match for a little bit.
Naomi won the women's.
Naomi won. We didn't like the winner, but we liked the match. It
No,
was
because
okay.
you had Stephanie Vacar in that match.
I wish she would have got it.
Right? You had Alexa Bliss in that match. Liv Morgan was there, wasn't she?
No, it
No,
was.
she was
It was.
not.
Who's my favorite? Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Rhea Ripley was in there for
And
sure.
who was the girl with the crazy dreads that was like a partner to the other girl to
Julia.
Raquel.
Julia. It was Julia and Roxana Perez. There
Roxanne,
you go.
excuse me.
So that was done, and Naomi.
It was okay. It was a good. It was fun. It was entertaining. I guess they
Rhea
had a
Ripley
lot of
should have won
slip-ups.
that, right?
I you know what? I didn't really care who the outcome came to. I was in these matches. I have like a top 3. Like I wanted Stephanie Vaccaro to win it first.
Over Rhea?
Yeah, I wanted her to win it. I think she.
Okay.
I think she should push to the front. I think she's
Yeah.
wonderful.
She is great.
After that, it was Rhea. And
Okay.
after that, it was
Liv
Bliss.
Morgan or Alexa Bliss?
It was Bliss or Roxana. Or who's the girl who was the friend of Roxana? Go with the dreads.
Julia.
Julia was my favorite.
No.
And then Bliss and all that.
She was terrible.
And so none of my top 3 won it. But the fight was the match. They had their problems. Remember they couldn't get the ladders down or up.
They needed a man
And
to
then
change
Rhea
the-
Ripley laid
Jesus.
outside for 20 minutes under ladders while everybody did this thing.
3 of them, she was like,
These.
taking a nap.
And to be said, we both said this. These 6-person matches are awful because it just ends up 3 to 4 people laying outside the ring like this.
While the
for
other
20
two are
minutes.
going at
Well,
it, they focus on that.
Everybody has their thing, and it's
But
a
here's
bad
what they
system.
needed to do.
It-
You get rid of that system, you have all of them fighting at once. You focus on the whole
no,
thing.
no.
And they're like, Dave, she's
Remember what
getting
we
it.
said? Remember
Keep
what
it
we said?
exciting.
It's not 6 on. It's not 6 people anymore. It's 4 people.
For Money in the Bank?
Yes. 6 is too much because the matches are poor then. You really think these people are laying
But
outside like this for 20 minutes? So
here's-
here's my time.
Brother,
It
here's
was
what I'm
terrible.
saying. I don't think
That happened with the men's as well.
Here's what I'm saying. I don't think it's the amount of people. You could do a 6-person match in the middle of the ring as long as they're not leaving the ring, getting knocked out. Everybody's fighting. They're doing moves. They start doing takedowns. They get tapped out.
We're talking about a 50. We did bring that up. If you get pinned or tapped out, you are now eliminated from the match.
Right. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Yes.
If they can lay on the floor for 20 minutes outside the ring, they can get tapped. They can.
Yes.
They
Get rid of the frickin' weight
So maybe that's.
and trim it down.
But it was okay. Who won Naomi? Whatever.
Naomi won, and then for Money in
men's
the
was
Bank for the
terrible.
men.
The men's was
but
terrible.
We were pumped up for
We were so
El
pumped up.
Grande America.
And when they did that sequence where he pushed the ladder up against turnbuckle and climbed on the ladder and pushed against the ladder,
Yes,
and
go,
headbutted
go.
Penta with the thing. When he put the metal in
We're
his
like,
helmet,
yeah,
we're like, oh, let's go, baby. And then they fucked it.
Yeah.
And then they brought these.
They should have had
assholes
him
out.
win. Am I right? He should have won right there. They should have never did the
If they
rest.
cut-
He should have
if
won
they
it.
cut the match off right there and,
And
he
he
won
wins.
it, brother, that was
Gracias!
gold. That was gold. That was
Gracias!
fucking gold.
Gold.
dude.
That would have been the best Money in the Bank ever.
And then you have Chad Gable come out with a belt and he throws it backstage like he forgot. Like, oh shit, he throws it out like he won it. Like
He
there's so many-
dumps it off. Oh, God.
like he uses the thing to
Yeah.
stake somebody after a match and he gets it and then Chad Gable comes out and he goes, oh shit, he throws it back.
shit.
Like he could have done so many cool things with that. But instead of that, they brought out fucking Rollins guys. They
his
decided
cronies.
we're gonna end the
Braun Breaker
bloodline during
and-
this match.
And who's it? Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the bloodline. They had the thing and Fatu is a tremendous athlete.
But here's the thing. We didn't need to see Fatu. He wasn't in that match.
I didn't.
Why did we
I
need
didn't
to? Why did
care
you
about
force
any of that.
Why did they force him down our
It was
throats?
terrible.
Yeah.
And while everybody who was supposed to be a focus of the match, like Penta and LA Knight
Yeah.
and fucking our favorite,
L.A. Knight.
El Grande
Yeah.
Americano.
I
He was
would have
pushing their
loved
sides
to
so these
see.
guys had- It was It was absolutely terrible. The
I would've-
men's Money in the Bank was a travesty. It was embarrassing and it was awful to watch.
Terrible TV.
It was awful. It was fucking awful.
They really fucked that up.
It was good at first. It started to get good, and then it just. And then Seth Rollins wins. Why?
He doesn't need a title match. He can
It,
just...
it was so bad. It was so bad.
And you see Paul Heyman in the background. He always looks creepy. He's like slithering.
I would like him to get fucking headbutted by El Grande.
They should. I'm telling you, El Grande Americano wins this.
They will.
Best thing that WWE does
Well,
ever this
my
year.
list for this match was El Grande first, Penta second, and LA Knight third. And they went.
And El Grande Americano had some moves in
It's
that
not
match.
even that they went to Seth Rollins to win, but they decided to bring out all these groups and have this whole fucking bullshit. It wasn't their time to do that. We're talking about the money. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. It was a huge fail.
Money
It
in
was
the
a
Bank
huge
is
fail.
those 6 fighters, not let's throw in 10 more.
And 6 is too much, and they added. Yeah, they
10
they
more.
added.
Let's go. Let's bring these
I mean,
groups
how
out.
awful is that?
Fatu comes out and steals the
what a
show.
shame.
Why? He wasn't in the match.
What a shame. What an absolute
It was
shame.
embarrassing. It was terrible.
But, the women's is okay.
I guess.
They need to change the format for all this. Everything needs to be different, and they should never, ever do what they did with the men's Money in the Bank ever again. It was
That
terrible.
was
It was hard to watch.
again.
It
El
was
Grande
very hard to
Americano
watch.
should have won that.
On that beautiful thing they set up.
And he crawled up like a spider monkey.
And he gets in, it's like, fuck yeah!
Yes,
Holy
yeah!
shit! The crowd gets to leave happy.
And then
instead.
here's what they should have done. Here's what they should
He
have
let
done.
the
They should
crowd
have.
shit in their pants.
They should have let him get it. Then you want to bring out the bullies after that? Fine.
have a big old.
They could have had
fuck
Seth
fest
Rollins' buddies come out and they plow
and
everybody.
bring CM Punk out, and he can beat them all
El
up.
Grande
afterwards.
Americano still has
And
the
then-
Money in the Bank.
And then Sami Zayn can come out and they can all beat him up. Kevin Owens can come out and you can do a whole
Right.
thing where Kevin Owens is coming back now. Like, you can do so many things. The way they did it was fucking awful. It was the worst way to do it.
Yep.
It was so bad. Okay, it wasn't the worst way to do it, but it was so bad.
It was terrible. We're not gonna.
We were watching it like,
Sugarcoat it.
dude, like we were looking forward to this. Like we had to watch this. That's how we were, right? That's how we were watching. Like fuck.
But here's the thing: we both wanted El Grande to win so bad that anything else was just.
But
a
we were making
disappointment.
concessions during the fight.
Mhm.
Well, okay, Penta wins. I'm good. We're good with that. LA Knight comes back in.
I
LA
would
Knight
rather
spent
see-
most of the match outside, laying down besides the fucking table. How is that? How is that entertaining? It's fucking stupid.
I wanted him
It's
to win more
fucking
than
stupid.
Penta. I wanted to see LA Knight, if not El Grande.
Each and every single one of those wrestlers that was in that match spent more time laying
Sleeping.
down on the outside than they spent actually fucking wrestling. So cut the 6 out, get it to 4, you get pinned, you're the fuck out of there, and do not ever, ever, ever decide we're gonna end the bloodline during this. We're gonna bring the fucking stupid
Listen.
tranny wearing Chloe guy faction out. We're all gonna fight. No, it's a Money in the Bank fucking match. Make it a fucking Money in the Bank.
I agree with what you're saying. The only thing I disagree is I still want it to be 6, but I want it to be tap out, you're out.
That's fine. That's great. That's
I
better.
want 6 in there still because
You can pin them and they can get out. It goes down 5. It goes down 4. It
right,
goes down 2.
right. Yes, that's
3.
what I want.
Or whatever you want to do. You have so many options.
Hell.
As a match.
And then they could have a match one year where the number one guy, all of them are out. He pins everybody, and then he climbs it slowly and gracefully because there's nobody to stop him, and he grabs the freaking Money in the Bank.
And now you got your fucking golden boy over there standing with the thing. I beat everybody.
Dude,
Or
that-
you don't. You never have to do that. You can get down to 2 or 3. You have so many options.
Yeah,
You can do anything you want to there.
you do everything.
But
that
you don't
want to.
bring 2 factions out in the middle of a
Oh
fight
my God!
to
it just-
ruin the match.
yeah,
Well, everybody who's supposed to be in the match is obviously laying outside.
they're already dead, and they're just out there stomping. on
Listen,
their
we know
carcasses.
it's fake. Don't make it more fake.
Yeah,
We already know it's fake.
they're not sleeping out
Rhea
there.
Ripley laid underneath ladders
Yeah, if she's not
for
taking
20
a,
minutes.
if
And
she's
she's
not-
getting up. She's getting up.
if she's not
She's
taking a
gonna
nap,
get
I
up.
don't know what happened there. She's asleep at that point.
Don't make it less real than it
She's-
has to already not
How do you think she feels too, laying out there for 20 minutes? I should be wrestling right now. Why am I under 3
be.
ladders?
It was kind of actually. You know what? Now that we're talking about it, the whole thing was a shame.
Mm-hmm.
It was an absolute shame. It's embarrassing.
They're getting chintzy, and they need to stop it. All right, let's end it. We're gonna
All
do it. Let's do it. Maybe we can do a game
Can I
real
say it
quick
one more
if you
time?
got
Though?
time.
Can I say it one more time?
What?
WWE Money in the Bank, absolute fucking
Shit. shit.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
I agree. It was terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
I don't think, and I've watched a lot of WrestleManias. I don't think I've ever been more disappointed than what I saw at that Money in the Bank.
Awful.
Because now all we have to look
Absolutely
forward to is Seth Rollins we knew he was going to be a champion
come on,
again.
dude.
It's obvious he's going to be a champion again.
But the problem is, like, we're not even
Don't
upset
give
with
him
the
a
outcome.
contract now. Like, what is he going to do? He's going to come out and upset Jey Uso after maybe when he fights Gunther. They're going to, they're having that
Nobody
rematch.
wants to see that shit.
Well, the rematch is coming, the Gunther one, in like a week or two.
Good.
So is he going to now come down when
He can be in the ring
Jey
generally.
Uso's beaten to death and he's going to throw him the money and bring out? That's what's going to happen.
That's how it works.
And he's going to be champion?
And he's going to keep it because he's not going to wrestle, or his boys are going to help him win every fight.
Yeah, but the problem is, too, is that anytime someone goes to Paul Heyman only represents winners. He won't, they're not going to make them, if WWE is like, we're not going to make him a winner, he dumps them. He won't be with them unless they're going to be champions.
It's all scripted, so they talk about it and make it happen.
He finds out from them, is Seth Rollins going to be a champion
But,
again?
it's not
We're
even
gonna
like
make him a
Seth Rollins
champion
won. It's not even that none of me won. It's the way they did and how the match was so terrible.
Yeah.
The match was terrible to watch.
I agree.
So, all right, Piggy and the Jake. Again, it's like 12. We're going to make a little fucking Piggy and the Jake thing on stream. We're going to start streaming again. We'll be back here next week. Hopefully Jocelyn's fucking here. If not, oh well.
We'll figure it
that
out.
shit out. Huh?
We both said we'll figure that shit out.
We'll figure that fucking shit out. It's very nice having shows with you, Kevin. I like it.
Yeah, it was nice. You have to trim a lot of it, of the fat. But
We're not trimming any fat. We don't trim fat anymore.
yeah, you get to the point.
No, we don't trim fat anymore. We did an intro today. We're not supposed to. We did it.
It was great.
So,
We did good. Quick little game.
quick little game.
Let's do it.
I'll see you guys next time. Piggy and the Jake.